I always laugh whenever I look at alcohol. And I'm just like, I can't do it.
Why not?
Tastes fucking gross.
Wow, that was a strong opinion.
I've tried so many alcohols. Even John has let me taste some of the more tropical drinks down at the pool hall and shit, and I'm just like, can't do it. Shit burns my throat. I don't like it.
Yeah, it does in the beginning. Also, generally, with things like whiskey, you want a higher, well, older whiskey, more distilled. The more times they distill it, and the older it is, the smoother it is.
I like Islay whiskeys. They're the best.
It doesn't help that I'm ADHD as well, so every time I've tried alcohol, my mouth will never shut the fuck up, and you'll hear the weirdest shit.
Yeah, that generally happens with people after they drink.
Sure.
No, I mean, like, I have a Smirnoff Ice. No fucking end to the motor.
Dude, I split beers with my girlfriend now. I don't drink that much, so don't worry.
Y'all make me feel like an alcoholic. What the heck?
I used to it, but now I can't, like, at all.
Trust me, you're not an alcoholic. Why? Because I come from a family of alcoholics. I could see and smell one from 10 miles away.
Oh, so I'm good. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm looking at this chair that Ken sent me, but this shit looks pretty awesome. Fuck.
Which one? The red one? The red one?
The gray one. The G
First
tracing?
one? Yeah, both of them. The GT Racing or something.
Oh yeah, that one. It looks really comfortable, man.
You do.
Shit. Ugh. Maybe I should save up and try to get this.
Ah, the nose trumpet.
Yeah, I'm just getting a second. Sorry.
This is the one your brother has that I bought. I believe this is the one. I'm gonna link it right now.
The GT racing one? Oh, I see. Hot damn. That's
think
like
that's the
double
chair.
price.
Yeah. It's nice though.
Have you sat in it?
No, not yet. I'm looking very much forward to it. I read a lot of reviews before I bought it.
Your ass is going to let out a sigh of relief when you sit down on it.
He said nothing but good things, so.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try to save up and get this other one. The half price version.
Yeah, it's just as good. It's just like the lower budget bootleg one. I mean, 9
Yeah.
out of 10, I'd
Yeah.
probably buy that one. But
Yeah.
I was like, treat yourself.
Word. Treat yourself, queen. Well,
Beauty.
thanks for the recommendation, bro.
I'd say it wasn't a problem, but I got carpal tunnel trying to link that to you. Nah, if something's good, you gotta let somebody else know.
Word. I've struggled in this folding chair for like almost 6 months now. My ass hurts. Like, so uncomfortable. And I won't lie, like, you're right. Like, it fucks your back up and everything.
Oh, it makes everything hurt. You like sleep long after that because you're trying to compensate.
Yeah. That's absolutely true.
Sweet.
The fire soul.
I return. My apologies.
Come back.
The giant flaming sword.
The flames of Daedalus. John's new weapon.
Hey.
So now 3 of us have fire swords?
I'm sensing a theme here.
Or is that thing like always on fire?
So what you're telling me is I should have taken Flame Blade as a spell.
It's not too late.
True, I just need a long rest.
If it'll make you feel better, I also have lightning sword.
I feel like somewhere in the plan we were all supposed to have different elements, but somehow we all have the same one.
It's like, dude, you got a fire sword? Yeah, I got a fire sword. Oh, that's cool.
Sick, me too, man.
Hilarious.
Me 3, me 4.
Do you think I should get an ice sword? Nah, ice swords are whack. Get another fire sword.
A lightning sword.
Well, this way we can cross the beams.
Exactly. Just need a 4th one now. And it would be complete.
Whatever you do.
Always try to summon Captain
Planting the
Planet.
seeds.
Of course. Everyone talks about the flaming swords, but no one's interested in what Rautonipar's doing right now.
Is it?
I just posted for the necrotic.
I tried to suck souls up with it.
It's been slurping up them souls left and right.
The effect on it again?
Every time you vanish an evil creature, you get 2d6 health back. Vanquish.
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 You've been vanquished.
What regular potion roll?
2d4 plus 2.
And high potion?
Which one?
Greater healing potion?
Yeah, greater healing.
4d4 plus 4.
Threw away my envelope that had all my D&D info on it. I'm like annoyed.
Fuck! I used to do that all the time, but before I digress any further, because we are half hour in, so
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
I'm on Otren. Okay.
Last time.
Rain's gonna give the recap. Just kidding.
Nope.
The sudden self-pressure. Instant collapse.
Death by pressure.
Hey, I mean, if it's between someone's thighs, that's not always a bad thing.
Pushing
But-
down.
Heyo.
Death.
Pushing down you.
Well, it really depends. Are you stuck in like a wrestling match? I don't know.
I mean, some would call it that.
Pushing down on
Dun-
you.
Unboxing.
So, last time on Otren. After getting to the old fallen Cloud Giant's turret castle, you explored further down, and especially after discovering the large remains of shedded snakeskin and Polgane, the fallen Asimar, setting the boat down so you could explore this place, and also managing to get you close enough to speak a deal with Cumulus, the awoken griffin that seems to have kept watch over all her children at these trying times for what seems to be many of the fishermen who tried to steal their eggs previously. Threatened all of you that if you did come up, she would waste no time in assailing you and trying to repel you from the old castle turret. Deciding not to aggravate her and also honoring the deal, after smashing a few crabs and finding a few pieces of equipment from the old ogre armaments and ballistae bolts that they used to have around enchanted in case of dragon defense, you traveled further down. After immediately being distracted by Nemo for a brief moment, you fought a few Marrows as well as defeated a few Deepkin Sahagans. You started to notice a few other creatures around the place, as well as a coral drake. Though rare, you know was definitely fairly smarter than your average flying drake or wyvern that would be going through the sky. It seemed to be well-aged and maybe even had a mate at one point, but has clearly spent a long time here at collecting whatever bits of treasure it could, and also forewarning you of a necromancer that lives in the ruined ship below at the basin of the tower. After exploring deeper into the olden Hall of Heroes and the Forge,
And also, there's another beast down here somewhere, isn't there?
there has been somewhere on the map marked out a curse as well as the old shrine of, let's see, I can never remember her name, Hetus, the female fire giant goddess, a shrine dedicated to her, which she seems to have protected her treasures and respect of her followers' donations, but also seems to have garnered quite a bit of attention due to the fact that there seems to be so many people who covet what might be there, weapon-wise or old fortune-wise. Though everyone seems to mark it as cursed or evil for some reason. Many of the bones there, you have been forewarned, is still there and vehemently worshipping the goddess and her shrine. After moving further down and going into the old forge and Hall of Heroes, you found many weapons that were polished clean, still extremely effective, if not, though, giant-sized or made for ogrekin. There was a few weapons found in select proportion to Nira. Even the rapiers that would be appropriately sized for ogre hands are that of great swords in your own hands. After defeating what remained of Maledict, the fire demon that seemed to protect the sword and vehemently strike out with an interesting, strange radiance, almost as if a fallen angel itself had been bind to the sword, protecting it and trying to make sure those who are worthy are the only ones to be allowed to touch it, or even be near it. After the other storm giant armors had animated and started coming to assail the rest of the group, Jin stood bravely in the face of this demon and managed to wear it down very quickly and striking it furiously after each mighty blow, finally shattering the skeleton as it started to fall to ash and return to the sword, now allowing him to pick up the reunited runestone of flame and alongside the long-lost sword of Daedalus's flames. After recollecting this, you look around and took a moment to collect the equipment and all the other pieces that were still polished into a fine luster, and those that were obviously still magical. The only thing left in this room, aside from the heaps and scraps of the storm giant armor that you've now inert and useless, is now the only arcane anvil that sits mighty and heavily in the center of the room, surrounded by the remainder and bones and scraps of your previous fight.
Can we do anything with the anvil?
If you had anything to be able to transport something on the side of 20 tons, yes.
Can we do anything with the anvil while we're here?
If any of you were proficient in smithing tools, but you could also try an Arcana check if you would like to see if you can do anything with the forge or the anvil itself. Maybe try to improve a piece of gear due to the arcane runes. You could tell this forge is definitely magical in nature, and even long after most of this turret crumbles, that it's very likely that the incantations in this place will keep this forge intact.
If everything ever loads up, I'm gonna roll Arcana.
Would you allow a second roll of Arcana from Wop?
Anyone who wants to roll Arcana can go right ahead. Obviously, this is a very obvious magical piece.
That is acrobatics, and
Wow.
you rolled a 3.
So Jin does.
Jin, are you trying to do a backflip?
He does a backflip, but unfortunately,
My man.
kicks his toe at the top of the anvil as he realizes that he's at the curved part and kind of wipes out a little.
Aw, it's like that's loud wiping out in plate mail.
Yeah, because the
Dang.
water's not gone. The water's still dispersed by the control water that Rain had put up. There you are. There you are.
Woot, woot, woot.
I do appreciate
But yeah,
the very
how long
fanciful
did that
boxes.
last?
That actually lasts quite a while, because the battle was not anywhere near as long as the spell itself.
Wait.
Let me double check for how long you have before the water will start to coast in. So the control water lasts for 10 minutes, so you have quite a bit of time. Yeah, so as you do study it, you can tell that the spell is starting to wane, but it's not going to flood back in. It'll slowly course back in as to the way control water works.
Okay, cool.
If you were any deeper, then the pressure would start to force it in faster, but you're not too far below.
That
You're
deep.
only about 130 feet down underwater.
Does my 18 get me anything?
So, with the going up from bottom to top, the 14s, you are able to discern that anyone who would be proficient in smithing would probably cream themselves over such an artifact like this. This is very much a rare item. You're not sure to the extent of its power. And then moving up to Ramesses 18, you would know that the only way to even get an anvil like this, and especially for the fact that the anvil, as you do realize, is made entirely of adamantine and riddled with cloud giant runes, that if anyone even were to ask for this, it would be considered an insult by most cloud, fire giant, any kind of giant kind, this is something that they would pretty much never let smaller beings or humanoids ever have. And Aiden, with your 24, you were able to.
Oh well, do I have advantage?
For this, you would have an advantage because it's very prominent. Nothing here is hidden. You're down to the size where you can read the scriptures carefully.
Okay.
You do manage to study over this anvil, and you realize that even those who are not proficient would be able to at least make the equivalent of +1 equipment with this anvil. Especially since everything is here. There are no missing hammers, all the tools and equipment are here. The quenching trough, even though you would think it would be empty, even with the water cleared away, you realize that constantly refills with quenching oil on its own.
Oh shit. I kick it over.
You try to kick
it. It pours all over the floor. No.
You try to kick it over, and then your foot immediately meets immovable stone as it is attached to the floor.
Okay. Aiden hops in place, shakes it off, and walks closer, and he says, this thing, it could help us to forge arms, even though we are not smiths ourselves. We should not let an opportunity like this pass us by.
Is there material enough to actually create weapons, or are there piles of anything that can be smithed?
Well, we have our weapons as well.
You have your weapons. You have the recently destroyed animated armor all around you.
Anyone use this? Because I'd love to, maybe work on my armor.
Yeah, could I take off my adamantine half plate and approach the anvil? I lost the word.
You definitely can. So, you take off your armor, approach the massive 20-ton anvil, and
it's huge. It's as tall as I am.
Yeah, you do find hammers that look like you can definitely use them. They're more to your size, even though they're still on the much heavier side. They look to be of finer work, peen hammers and such, and chiseling.
These are detail hammers. They're huge for me.
Exactly.
I love this. I love being small.
So you go over to, and especially with the arcane magics of this anvil, even just setting it down, you almost feel like the anvil itself is guiding your hand with the hammer and giving you the precise areas where, even as you start to slowly strike, you see sparks of arcane energy start flowing through. Go ahead and roll me just a flat Arcana check without advantage.
Okay. Take the first one. 22.
Not doing anything. Would he be able to work on my armor as well, since he's there? Or do I have to do that individually?
Especially after seeing Aiden do this, you could see that, especially him being more in tune with the arcane itself, it easily guides him, and you get the sense that he would probably be one of the best people for this situation, since no one is a master smith to actually use this item and help improve the equipment for everyone.
So I hand him my scale mail +1 to see what he does with it.
And Aiden, your armor that you were working on, after especially smithing it, and even though you would think striking more heavily with these hammers and seeing the arcane sparks that come flying off this adamantine anvil, it's not damaged and flattened like you think it would be, especially for the sheer weight. You actually start to see soft arcane grooves start sinking into each piece of the metal and etch into the armor so that it becomes +1.
That's hot. Very, very, very nice.
as you do use it, you, especially with your friend about to bring over another piece of equipment for you to try out, you realize that the anvil itself very well might be a sentient magic item that's helping you guide the very arcane energy in the room to suffuse.
Oh my god, I
item.
want to reach out and touch it. Can I can I communicate with it telepathically?
Let's see. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, these intelligence rolls.
Wow. Nah.
Especially in your excited state, you quickly, like, realizing what's going on here, reach out and put your hand on that adamantine anvil, focusing as hard as you can, even though it's, you know, the joy that kind of loses you in the moment. You try and find whatever mind or being could be composing this or in the anvil. You could tell it's sentient, but especially from feeling around, it doesn't have a mind to probe or to talk to directly, and you very well might have to attune to the very said anvil and spend time here before you could speak with it fully.
Well, I will sigh deeply, wishing that I could commune with this great object, and knowing the stories it could tell me would be nearly beyond belief. And then I take the chainmail and I repeat the action. Though this one is already +1, right? I don't know. I attempt to work it.
Alright, so you're going to try and push it a little bit beyond?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and roll me another Arcana at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Like I'm encouraging him, though.
18 is still pretty good.
Not bad.
Hearing him on really good.
So, even with the 18, you could tell you were close to finishing out this piece and being able to inscribe further arcane. But unfortunately, even with the guiding hand, and especially with your friends cheering you on to continue to improve this piece of chainmail, you unfortunately just can't hold enough of the arcane with the equipment that you're using. And especially not being able to strike exactly where the anvil's trying to guide you is a little difficult to push the arcane beyond this point.
I put my rune close to it, see what happens.
Alright, so you do put the black rune stone closer to the anvil, and it's almost like a very familiar thrum. It's this almost the same kind of thrum that Jin was feeling with his fire rune stone. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Is that for everyone or just
For actually everyone who has a rune stone.
Ooh,
So
What's that? What's a runestone? I don't know what that is.
yeah, so Jin, Rain, and Ramus. Alrighty, so in all sense and irony of the name, but you start to sense this is kind of like the forge that was the origination of these runestones. This feels familiar a little bit as you kind of sense the emotion and the arcane energies flowing from your runestone into you, that they may have have been forged and carved in this very room and upon this anvil.
Whoa. Very origin story.
About the weapon.
Rotonapar, you ask him about the anvil?
Yeah.
Alright. So, especially taking a moment to think and kind of awaken Rotonapar, as he always seems to be at a state of slumber, and you could tell this is usually to help preserve his own energy so he doesn't keep draining the runestone too quickly. He is fairly conservative until there is an enemy to be slain. But as you start to sense and let him speak into your mind again, and you probing and asking him himself, you hear him respond with, "I've not seen the anvil of ages for quite some time. I awoke in this place with many other weapons. I am glad to see that this place was not entirely destroyed. It was originally elsewhere. I remember it being a mountain deep beneath the earth and the tunnels.
Does he know what happened, or no?
Sadly, I was not around for the time. Oh, I knew at one point it had been taken, though I'm glad to see that it's not completely lost. It was originally kept by the fire giants. It seems the cloud giants decided to steal it back.
Oh, shit, those jerks. Would a fire giant be able to do with this?
A fire giant, any fire giant, would cover such a great artifact. The weapons that they would be able to make would be practically immeasurable. It would be fit for demigods if you found a true master smith amongst fire giants. They very well might be able to make another one of the lost rune stones.
Alright, maybe at some point we should possibly debate if we tell that fire giant about it. He's kind of on our team, but I don't know how much on our team.
Ingsner?
Yeah.
You know he respects you, but you also know he holds dominion, self-proclaimed dominion over a portion of land.
We would be joining his team, not the other way around.
Right.
As far as he sees it, yes. He is the king in the mountain.
It's a big-ass mountain. Big-ass king.
That, and between the fact that he has so many Knoll slaves and already a forward fortress with a army of hill giants at his beck and call, you would definitely discern that he would be very cocksure and easily assume that you would be the ones joining his army.
Maybe the secret stays with us. Alright, that's all I got about it. I sheathe the weapon.
Can I, does anyone else have something they wish me to attempt to work?
Yes.
Or should I?
Would you mind?
Damelo.
Mira, I would actually like to work my cast-off armor and my shield.
I'll just set me working. All right, here we go.
You asked.
I did. This is the joke. I would also like to attempt my shield, if possible.
Is Aiden the only one that feels this sort of connection with the Andal? I was wondering if we can give it a try also.
You can all definitely try. Aiden seems to have definitely kind of connected with the weave here, especially being a little more in tune with magic, but any of you are welcome to try it. Every single pillar around here has hammers and chisels and equipment. And especially with the amount of workspace there is on the 20-ton adamantine anvil.
Is big. There's space.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to work some of the animated armor, like the metal that was made of. I'm going to try to work that into a spear.
Alright, so you are going to try and recast the metal into a full-on spear. Have a nice adamantine spear. So,
Potentially. I mean, I don't know. So what would I have to roll in order to try it out?
So for that, first go ahead and roll me. Let's see what would be appropriate for this. Roll me a nature, just because of trying to familiarize yourself a little bit with what pieces of metal look like. They would still be good.
Okay.
Alright. So, not too bad. You do take a little while, but obviously there's plenty of pieces to sift through where you start to find others that don't look like they're brittle or started to crumble from age, especially from the amount of water pressure. So,
Alright.
that takes some time. While you're doing that, real quick, for those who are trying to work more magic into their equipment, go ahead and make me your Arcana checks for getting to +1. Thalos, go ahead and let's see. Go ahead and just roll me a flat wisdom check, just the wisdom mod itself. So if you click wisdom, it should roll. Alright. So yeah, actually you do extremely well on managing to use the Forge's fires that are still lit and melt the adamantine down correctly, where you don't overmelt it and make it brittle.
Feel it in my bones. It's my dwarven heritage.
You want to shot at the armor? Yeah.
Should,
No. I'm not trying to mess up anybody's stuff. I took a disposable piece of scrap and tried to work it. I'm not looking to ruin anybody's magic swords or anything.
Yeah, just like catastrophic failure. You smack it, it just like fucking explodes into arcane shrapnel.
we all die. A grenade goes off. We all die.
Yep.
What did you do? What did you do?
A little too much pepper on that one.
I would. Jesus. I would like to try to improve the shield. Wait, hold on. There was somebody else gave me stuff. There was the armor. And,
Yeah, I had cast off armor and I had a shield.
Okay, so I got 2 shields and a cast off armor. I'll start with the armor. So just 3 rolls, right?
Yep, so first, the cast-off armor. This one's going to be a little harder because it does have an enchant on it already.
Oh, God. Okay. Arcana.
So, especially trying to suffuse the +1 magics, you can tell it didn't take, but you start to realize that this would be a lot harder than you think, especially for those that already have magic suffused with the item itself.
Mm-hmm.
You could definitely give it a try again. It still seems within reason. You felt the magic, but you could tell that you would have to strike it and suffuse it almost perfectly.
Does anybody have an enhance ability? Oh wait, I have enhance ability. I'm gonna use enhance ability on myself.
That's
Hold on.
hilarious.
I am going to give myself. This is Arcana is intelligence. I am going to give myself the Fox's cunning.
Oh.
Very
and
nice.
gain advantage on any rolls up to an hour. So for the rest of these, I will have advantage
Very nice.
as I concentrate on this. So I will roll again to attempt to work the armor. 25.
Alrighty, so especially
Beautiful.
with the cast armor, you managed to focus just enough, especially with your new enhanced state for the time, and you managed to strike down and force the arcane energies to suffuse with this armor. The cast armor now has +1.
Nice.
Excellent.
Most excellent.
Most excellent. Drew Tang.
True tag.
Thank you, man. I really do appreciate it. No, because you know what it is. You know what it's like being a druid. You know, it's kind of like
You gotta work on
trying
it.
to ice skate uphill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, fuck yeah.
that armor class down. Sweet.
right.
To each other. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
For real. Dead ass motto. I would like to attempt to work the shield of my brother.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll that arcane. Alright, so especially since this item doesn't have any arcane suffusion, it is extremely easy to find the right spot to manage to drive the runes into the shield. You see it slowly carve the arcane symbols through and then settle in before it returns to the dull shimmer of metal, but you still sense that the energy has taken.
Okay.
And it becomes a
Very
+1
nice.
shield.
Alright,
Proving
alright.
yourself to be more than anyone could believe. Thank you, Iden. I'm in your debt.
This is a first for me as well. I find creating with my hands to be stimulating. Interesting for the fire druid, I know. But
He himself, guys.
I'm fucking with his perspective on life.
Wait, maybe I should have gone to college.
well, shit.
Wow. Life question.
Maybe running off into the wilderness and setting shit on fire for years wasn't the right move. Huh. Strange. Maybe that farmer who told me to stop doing that and to do something good with my life was on to something.
The shinning boy.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, I would like to attempt to work on my shield, but because it specifically says that I have a wooden shield, can I try and put one of the pieces of adamantine armor on it to work it?
Ooh.
Alrighty, so for that, first I'm gonna need a strength check. So you,
Can I request assistance?
so you,
Oh, I'll help. I will definitely help.
alright, so one of you can roll this at advantage to dome out a piece of adamantine
Inferno Drew is not me.
Buddy. Boom, with advantage, right? So
Yeah.
Alrighty. So
I'm also questioning my life choices. I'm like lifting pieces of metal. I'm smithing out spears. I'm like, oh, who knew?
Ramus coming in clutch as well. With a third assist.
So, especially as you finish heating and doming out the piece of adamantine to fit the shield, you do start to see the water starting to flow back in. The spell is starting to fade.
Oh shit.
Shit. Whoa, shit, wait, so...
We still can breathe. We still can breathe underwater.
Yeah, you still have water breathing for 24 hours.
We just
Oh,
have to make sure we don't
got
get
it.
boiled by
Yeah.
the energies of the magic. So we gotta
got me
finish up.
nervous.
And everybody put away your fire swords.
You could always recast control water for another 10 minutes, but doming out the adamantine plate did take some time.
Okay, and one last Arcana roll.
Yep, go ahead and roll another Arcana as you haven't fixed this. Alright.
16 on that one.
With a 16, it is easily suffused, as your
Nice.
shield is now a +1 and now has an adamantine backing. It does feel a little weird, but it does feel right, especially since you've done this with your compatriots. It's very strange, and you think probably in your head as a druid that you're actually using something with adamantine.
Alright. We take those. We take those, y'all. Where to next? This seems to have been a fruitful level. I can only assume that we will get more as we go farther down. Though if this tower did indeed used to be on the top of a mountain, perhaps it was not always this way. Oh shit, here comes the water.
Oh boy.
As it starts to flood the chamber again. You return back to breathing in water. It feels a little bit weird at first, but you kind of just relax for a moment and remember that you still have water breathing. And it does dim the fire and cool the forge down a bit, but you could tell that, especially without the sword siphoning in the flames and energy, that it will remain lit, but the water does start to pick up in temperature again. It's going to get very hot in here very quickly if you stay.
So time to go.
Indeed.
You're done.
For Jin, it doesn't bother him at all, especially with being reunited with his weapon and his flame rune protecting him.
And it feels so
And
good.
my hellhound cloak.
That's true. Your Hellhound cloak does protect you a good portion.
That sounded threatening.
You can sit there and definitely sweat out a few rounds, but you can't sit in there forever comfortably. As if I recall, the Hellhound cloak is fire resistance, not immunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely be sweating. It'd be a slow burn.
Cooking. Someone's cooking in here. I think it's time to go, right?
Definitely. Josh, can I just call that a +1 shield? Try it now.
Yes, you can.
Sweet. And I call the armor my my Iden reinforced cast off studded leather. It's all my notes. Thank you, man.
No problem.
Where did we come from
We-
on the map?
We came from the north side. We
So-
fought some mer people.
Did that count as a short rest, or?
That did not count as a short rest because you were active at the time, and especially doing heavy hammer work for some of it. And for the time being, especially since the spell did just end, it only was about 10 minutes of work. And Josh, yeah, I read Josh out loud. So Jin, especially now that you are sensing the heat, you do look down at Betalus's flames. Are you going to try and speak with your sword, since you had 10 minutes to sit in the room and kind of refocus it, and now the heat starts to surround you, and you do feel a thrum of life to the weapon? Do you like snakes? So, you do get a confused answer of, I don't know how I feel about snakes. You do get an immediate response, though, of, are you the new keeper of the fire rune? Then we shall work in tandem. I am Betalus. You may call upon my power when needed. I promise you, I will not hurt those you protect. Only those who are unrighteous.
Sweet, let's get it.
Oh yes.
Everyone suddenly realizes the necrotic sword with the fucking monster hunter is actually pretty fucking evil.
2 necrotic swords.
That's I saw that.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I have my
Well,
short.
what?
So, as the sword does give you a little bit of a rundown, Jin, just so it's not confusing in the speaking lore. When you do use this weapon, it is counted as a +3 longsword. It has, especially when suffused from the rune, the flame tongue properties when ignited. And in very desperate times for the current standard, especially since it's just been recently reunited and needs to be awakened more, can cast Wall of Flame. And it only hurts those that you wish for it to hurt.
Oh.
You know, I never asked if my sword had any special effects besides the soul sucking.
Is it the 4th level evocation spell?
Well, fire,
Dude!
Yes.
I didn't think we were going to hear your voice. Sorry.
60 feet. That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. And you could shape it as you wish.
Spell shaping.
Or I can make it a 20-foot diameter ring.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a fire
So
dick.
when a wall appears, each creature within the area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, creature takes 5d8 fire damage, or half as much on a successful save. On the side of the wall, select by you when you cast a spell, deals 5d8 fire damage to each creature that ends its turn within 10 feet of that side of the wall.
Correct. And so when you make the ring of fire too, you can make it that the wall is bursting outward, and so
So like the outer ring, anything within 10 feet will take damage if it ends its turn on that.
Correct. And especially with using Betalus's flames, or Betalus as he calls himself, you would be able to cast that, and especially if you have to, behind your allies, and they would be unharmed.
Would this be like a spell slot ability, or is just an innate ability within the weapon?
Innate ability can be used once a day, recharges daily at dawn. But obviously that is
Okay.
because at the current time it is not fully awakened.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know. Let's see if I got a +3 longsword now. Yeah.
Gee, sway. Holy shit.
Serious.
Welcome to the club, brother.
Let's hope I don't hit like a pillow anymore.
You will not.
Slap someone with Betas. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Just look at my sword. Why did you lie to me?
And then you like slap it like a flashlight, and then you forget you could ignite it for flame tongue.
Nice. Wait, so that means it would have fire properties to it when attacking?
Correct. It will function as the flame tongue weapon, though still with a +3. And for those of you not familiar with flame tongue, that is fuck nasty. So Jin can turn in.
Look at it.
Jin can turn on the full fucking smite mode.
Don't want that mouth, bro.
You could use a bonus action to speak the magic word, command word, causing flames to erupt from the blade. These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for additional 40 feet. While the sword is ablaze, it deals extra 2d6 fire damage to any target it hits. The flames last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheath the sword. Nice. Hypothetical roll just to see how that was.
That's not bad.
Well, if you think about it, adding it to the extra attack with Divine Smite, and then that,
And if you crit.
yeah, that's kind of scary.
Exactly.
So we're just gonna keep swimming now.
Yep.
Just keep swimming.
Just keep
swimming.
We finally found that which we were seeking. We head back to the surface.
Are we sure there's nothing else here?
Before we leave, actually, you know how you said there was several tools which were like sort of like fine tuning tools, which were more like our size than anything else. Is there anything? Actually, no. I'll take some of those tools.
All right.
Not just for myself. Although I will add one to my blacksmith kit. But for the actual blacksmith that helped us out in that town that helped us win over like King's Nur. I want us to actually have something to bring back to him.
All right, go ahead and roll me a investigation at advantage, because especially being with the heritage of your people, you would definitely be able to pick out one of the finer looking hammers here for him.
I'm not in the room. Oh, wait. I'm in the room.
Alrighty.
I was raised by plains people, not by dwarves. I was raised. So for the people that make weapons out of rock, that's probably why I don't have those dwarven senses. But
Investigation.
For this, I would have to say would have to be Thalos for this one.
I mean, I'm just trying to bring something back for that dude. I mean, I might not be the best judge of it, but
Can he just grab
he did help us out.
Yeah. So you look around. You do definitely see there are two hammers that do stand out the best to you. One that looks a little more heavier weighted. It looks a little bit like the doming hammers that you and Aiden were just using for the adamantine piece that you were making for the shield. And you also see a smaller hammer. It looks like a detailing hammer, but it looks like it would still be of use, and it has a fairly nice sheen to it, possibly adamantine or one of the other finer metals. But you pick those two up and they look promising as a gift. And especially in here, so many various hammers, it's hard to tell exactly, but they seem to stand out the most to you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Alrighty. So, obviously you collect those, put those in your bag. Start to head up the stairs as the room starts to heat up once more and starts to reach the boiling temperatures. Where will you go now? Will you continue further down on the curiosity of the shrines and the aforementioned necromancer? Which, obviously, the necromancer, to your knowledge, is outside the castle, and the shrine itself is still on the inside.
We still haven't found that shrine. And I, for one, would rather plumb its secrets than have them come and find us.
Yeah, I'd rather find the shrine than the necromancer at first, honestly.
I agree. Let's find the shrine. I agree. The shrine.
Can we take a short rest, or?
You definitely can.
But like out of the water, yeah.
Well,
Still got
24 hours, right?
20 hours on this spell.
But it's boiling.
no, only in that room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just there. That's
I
a
don't know how I
large
can
chamber.
relax on the water.
So, as you come around the corner, Aiden.
I see things.
Okay. I came around the corner, unfortunately.
It looks like Nemo.
You see a large eel, but quadrupedal, and it looks up at you, almost like an excited dog, and starts wagging its tail. You see another fish-like humanoid picking through some of the coral, seems to be collecting some of the crustaceans, has a large basket net, and far as you could tell, just by quick judgment of this person, you could see that they have a fair amount of scars. They look fairly old. Their scales and upon their body look weather-beaten and kind of battered around. It looks like they've been in quite a few scuffles, but rather decrepit. You do see another eel hound sitting beside them as they continue collecting crustaceans, occasionally breaking one open at the bottom and eating the finer meats of the sea urchins that they find. Obviously fresh.
I throw one of each of the dog things, one of the crab that we got from upstairs when we got a little antsy.
Alright. So, you throw down a piece of one of the shattered crabs, and it happily comes over and picks up the crab, and then goes over and sits in the seabed of coral and starts eating again. You see this ancient-looking, Sahagin kind of look up at you, and you would assume that they would be evil, but curiously enough, almost just kind of looks like it's waving to you, even though you could see that it only has its middle and index finger and a thumb on one hand, the other two clearly cut off by something.
I say telepathically, hail and well met. What is your name? You can reply to this message.
Slide into my DMs.
Zug, yo. I have an OnlyFans. Please
Make that money.
Like, comment, subscribe, leave a follow.
Please ring that bell.
Send me some money.
Send me some money. I'll get you with feet pics.
Alright. So, especially with the first question of asking their name, they kind of smile, obviously very old and weathered. My name is Marinros.
And what are you doing here today, Marin Ross?
Looking for Marin Rachel.
I'm upset.
I couldn't help it, I'm sorry.
Marinara.
I am collecting my dinner. These are Job and Gub, my friends.
Well, hello. Tell them hello from us. We do not wish for there to be discord between us. I am a steward of peace, as are many of us.
I just want to laugh out loud in the background.
Shut. You can't hear this. I'm communicating telepathically.
Right. My bad.
Shut it.
My bad.
I can tell outrageous lies, and you don't get to laugh about it.
Got it. Sorry.
Fuck. We are searching for something called the Shrine. If you could point us on our way, we would be out of your... Does he have hair?
Tentacles.
You do see that he has...
We'll be out of your coral. I don't know.
You do see that he has fins. The Sahagan's bodies are... Yeah, the Sagan's bodies, like, even though he raised up the 3 fingers, you can see that the fingers are webbed. He does have fins on his face, gills at the base of his neck.
Oh, gills! We'll keep out of your gills. There you go.
Racist.
The struggle.
I don't know if that's racist. I'm trying to be accurate. It'd be more racist if I said hair.
That's true.
Species.
I'm trying to be sensitive.
It's species.
My bad.
There you
My
go.
bad. Now you woke as hell. Aiden.
I can't be assuming that all these beings out here got hair.
You right.
Fucked up.
God damn.
Sorry.
I do appreciate your joke, John.
Jin's joke was good.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
fucking killing people, man. You think it's crickets, they're already fucking laughing at it. But the fucking god.
So yeah, the shrine. Fuck.
You see, Matt Ross is fairly responsive at this, and looks down at Jub, who has the fresh crab, and even smiles a little bit wider. I have no qualms with you. Here, enjoy some of these before you leave. Thank you for giving my pets a treat. And he'll come over and hand you one of the small fishing net baskets. And it's... You can tell it doesn't occur to him, because it's very obvious he doesn't deal with humans or any of other land-dwelling humanoids.
Mm-hmm.
But he hands you a small fishing basket of fairly decent-sized collected sea urchins. The spiny ones. You can tell that
He wants me to eat it.
they might be good, but you look at it and you think to yourself, spiny sea urchin.
Bon appetit.
No.
My many thanks, friend. I actually just ate before I got here. I will save this as a delicious snack for later.
Oh my goodness. Don't offend the guy. That's all I'm saying.
He nods, because you can tell he's not really sure what your kind or any of you eat. He's never dealt with any of you before, so.
That's what makes it adorable.
Roll for initiative.
They slay him immediately.
He throws hands and I don't eat his fucking uncooked mollusk.
How fucking dare you! I collected those today, 5 seconds ago, from that reef there. You
Literal minutes of my time wasted.
But you do see a soft smile on the old weather-beaten Vanrus as they...
Weather-beat? What weather? What's the weather down here?
Jet streams, bro. They're rough.
Wow.
Wow. You never know until you know, I guess.
True.
You gotta know your oceanic terms.
You just realize how hard it is to pick these without hands.
It's true. He does have 3 fingers on one hand. So.
Oh yeah, wait. I don't have like lasting healing. I don't have like regrow limbs.
So,
I
at
have
this,
lesser restoration, but that's not a thing.
but you do see him pick up what looks like a small seashell as he presses it between what you assume to be his lips and blows on it softly. You hear what sounds like a soft hum through the water, and you do see Jub and Gub quickly follow suit. Clearly a eelhound whistle.
Sounds like he's playing the Ocarina of Time thing.
Exactly. It's actually quite harmonic.
Cool. I would ask him if there's anything else in this room of interest to us. As he was like walking away back to his thing.
He looks around and thinks for a moment. I saw some possible treasures lower, as well as more good sea urchin beds, if you're looking for more food. There is quite a lot of you.
Yes, food.
Yes, why not hit two fish with one harpoon and go to the closest reef to the treasure? Could you point us towards it?
Ah, I can show you the way down. It's through one of the windows, and you can tell, especially for as old as he is, he's not trying to speak in sarcastic terms. It's just he's
old.
Yeah, he's old and very slow from his age. Follow me, I will show you the window that I spied it through. So, I will quickly drag all of you. Let me just pack everyone up neatly like sardines here.
Aha! Freedom! I control myself.
Ha! Alright. So, he does lead you outside the castle. You do see the ship below for a brief moment, but you also see 3 sharks swimming around the wreckage. And then, as he leads you further below, he points out the window, and you're able to easily enter into the lower level, even further below, getting closer to the 200-foot mark. As you enter into this chamber, you do see him sitting at the entrance with the 2 elands, Jub and Gub, and he waves to you. I hope you find what you're looking for.
So nice.
Many thanks.
Thanks, guy.
Safe travels to you, Marinras. May the jet stream blow in your favor.
Is this a good place for a short rest?
For this?
That's very kind.
Yeah, and it does seem very strange that a Sahagin, of all things, would be this kind. You could tell that whatever happened in Baron Ross's life, especially for the amount of battle scars he has, he's definitely changed far more than what other Sahagin would be.
Somebody done fucked him over.
And this location would be an excellent spot for a short rest. You do see that...
Bones.
Yes, you do see various bones stacked up. Giant, ogre, all sorts of kinds. You also do take notice that in this room that you're in, though sparse, there are 2 large vases, clearly made from some kind of cloud giant artisan, as it's beautifully painted and crafted all the way down. The coral itself seems to have barely even taken hold in this place, just at the bottom of the vase, almost kind of just shaping around some of the stone, but the vase itself seems to be clean. As you take a quick peer inside, you see one vase is filled with various gems and gold, just sparsely mixed around. And to put it in perspective, these vases are 20 feet tall.
How are we peering in?
You're swimming.
Well,
Oh, we're swimming, right.
The other vase, as you peer in, are cloud giant-sized platinum coins with an unfamiliar face of a previous cloud giant king.
there anything else around besides these two pods?
Well, there are the bones further down the stairs. You do realize that this looks to be of the shrine's description, but I assume you wish to take your short rest before proceeding.
Yes.
Alright.
Are there like holes that thing come in and sneak up on us?
Aside from the main doorway that you're looking at, that leads down to what looks like the main shrine floor, you do see the occasional glint of silver, gold, and platinum in the waters, and as you look further in. Other than that, where Manros was, there's the only other entrance that can be entered in through for this area. It looks like this castle turret had remained fairly stable. The top was the one that seemed to be weathered and crumbled away. The bottom seems to be fairly well preserved by the seabed floor. So, you can go ahead and finish your short rest. Roll some hit dice if you need be.
I'll do that thing.
As Rain is immediately peering around, seeing the glittering gold and trinkets and baubles.
There's no possible way we could take all of this, right? Like, I could only put an amount of it into my handy haversack.
You do have a ship parked up above, but for bringing all of this, you would have to take a few trips. The vases themselves stand 20 feet tall, 15 feet wide. They would easily be able to fit you and a few other people inside if need be. But you could tell that these were definitely treasure vases.
Okay, consider this. I cast polymorph and turn into a giant shark and eat all of the stuff and swim to the top. And
So you're gonna shit it out?
And barf it up as a shark. Or you could just all cut it out of me and then I would turn back into a person afterwards.
Gross. Gross.
It would possibly work, but the problem with that would be is the moment you start shifting out of shark form, you would suddenly have a shark stomach's worth of platinum in your human stomach.
And I would rupture, and that would be bad.
And that wouldn't even be a saving throw. It would be an instantaneous death. But
Well,
really,
woof. I'll keep Aiden for now.
yeah. As much as I do enjoy that plan, the other part of that being the problem, like I said, is the fact that even though you ate it as a shark, it's still platinum. Not some kind of food that you ate a chunk of and it just went into your stomach. It's a metallic object that really shouldn't be eaten.
Can't be healthy.
So, Rain, especially during this short rest, you
Yes.
peer inside and you do take note as everyone takes a moment to collect themselves, catch their breath. A soft glowing green gem at the other side of the room. It's hard to see exactly what, but it is fairly far up standing from where the floor would be. You look at it and it looks to be about 25 feet up from where the floor should be.
See, I saw Aladdin, and you're not supposed to touch all the other shit. That's what I remember from the Cave of Wonders. So, like, could I just opt to stay right where I am? Is that a possibility?
I'm just saying what you see. I'm not saying you should go get it.
Okay, I see it. Cool. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's
Super shiny.
She rolled investigation before getting too close.
She remembers Nemo, that traitor.
Yeah, like, I've gotten distracted and almost killed a few times, so, you know. And just, do I need it? Not really. Do y'all need it? Y'all can go.
I like breathing. That's
I
fun.
really do. I really do. And I got a great weapon. Heartbreaker and I are going to stay right here.
How about this? I will walk over to the and
How about this? Before any of you do something fucking stupid, while we're resting, I give a motivational speech
oh,
to give you guys some lovely,
lay it on us.
lovely. I forgot where I was going with this.
Our sales numbers may be down, but
Where were we
Effort.
going?
Wait,
Where
hold,
were we
hold
going?
on. What's the speech though? I need this inspirational speech. I need to actually become pumped up.
Full pep talk, please.
Yeah, break me off a piece of it at least.
I tap into my Leonardo DiCaprio
Hell
Wolf
yeah.
of Wall Street motivational speech, and I just use the ability inspiring leader. I could spend 10 minutes inspiring my comrades and choose 6 allies, including myself, that can see or hear and understand me within 30 feet. Each creature gains 12 temporary hit points once per short rest.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So hit points go up 12. You said?
There's a category for temporary hit points.
Oh, there is.
You just put 12. Yeah, it's right underneath current hit
Perfect.
points.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's still not max health though.
Now you got
you
a
need some
fucking
help
12
over
HP
there?
heal.
But it adds to temporary hit points.
Wait,
That's
so how many do we get?
12.
12.
12.
That increases that temporary hit points. That doesn't up your current, does it? By that amount?
No, it
giving
gives you
like a
it gives you
shield.
temporary.
Consider it like overhealing. Like a buffer shield.
Or
Yeah.
consider it like power word shield.
Yeah.
Can I cast detect magic?
Alrighty. So, you cast Detect Magic. You do sense that there are some arcane inscriptions across the room. You see the aforementioned green gem glowing. It glows brightly to you, just the same as you would have seen the golden stone red and black. You study for a moment and you think that might possibly be the green runestone. Though
Is that that's probably that's the largest magic I sense in this room?
that is definitely the largest magic you sense in this entirety of the room. You do see
Okay.
that the statue at the shrine, you can see a faint shimmering outline. Clearly magic in origin, though you're not entirely sure if it is from the green runestone or the goddess's will. And you do see that some of the bone piles in the room shimmer as they have some kind of necromantic energy still cast upon them.
Oh man, come on.
That's the thing I didn't want to hear.
Well, you want to go touch things?
Hey, Dia. That's your name, right?
What was your name again?
Hey, red shirt.
Jen
Wow.
whistles and his sword goes to Aiden's neck.
Whatever you think I was going to do, it wasn't that.
You're going to try to make her look like that side of your face.
Ooh. Ooh. Mm.
Careful,
Wow.
brother.
Jin, you get an inspiration point for that.
Mm.
Yay.
Can my rune or sword feel that or anything?
The burn, or
No, not the burn.
Wow.
The
You can keep the bird.
The aloe.
fuck.
Could we get a Pokemon burn heal for Aiden though?
I know, shit, man. That's why I gave you inspiration. That shit. Oof.
Shit hurt my feelings.
This the necromantic energy.
Okay. Rotonapar is hungry.
Can I pull my sword out to try and absorb it, or?
Oh, the necromantic energy? Ooh, yeah.
Alrighty. So, go ahead. Well, first move to the top of the stairs because you do need to be a little bit closer. But obviously, since I am
So
standing there,
I'm
we're not
going
awake.
to step back
Alright.
next to my brother.
You
I don't like tap it. I like slam it in case it's alive.
You feel Rotonapar alight, and you can almost feel like it feels almost as if your own mouth is salivating, even though you're deep underwater, just from the sheer hunger that you feel in tandem with Rotonapar. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check as you do draw your weapon and start trying to.
Regular?
What was that?
Regular?
Yep, just a flat regular Arcana.
Oh, feel shit.
You do feel it start to drink off a good portion as you see some of the bones crumble away to dust. There are a few fairly large ones, clearly some of the fire giant skeletons there, but you definitely sense that Rotonapar had absorbed and eaten a fair portion of whatever necromancy was keeping some of the skeletons there, and as they now crumble away to dust, completely disintegrating in the water.
Is that 2d6 territory, or?
Yes, it is. As you have now actually managed to smite one of the, a large portion of the skeletons that were there and are now no longer there and animate, completely inert. Aiden, you watch this as Rotonapar drinks. You can actually see the arcane energies in the necromantic pool slowly pull from the bone pile as you see it drift into Rotonapar, and its eyes alight as you, especially with your detect magic active. It almost looks like you see shadows dancing around the sword as it slowly seeps up the blade towards the mouth of the skull at the base of the hilt and slips in, almost like it's drinking them.
Good. Good. No, likey that. I would say we should probably steer clear of the bone piles. I do not think they are what they appear. That much magic does not reside idly in the world. Which I think isn't too big of a step, right? That's a lot of magic.
Some of that's coming back if we get too close. As much as I drink and there's still stuff left.
You've definitely reduced the pile, but you can tell there's still one fairly large skeleton there.
Can I roll stealth to sneak past the bones?
Go ahead.
How would you describe the lighting in this area?
The lighting in here, aside from the light that you guys are giving off and the occasional shimmers that you see dipping through some of the windows, you do see that the only other lighting in said room is the green gem sitting at the shrine, 25 feet up.
And I'm going to use my Cloak of the Bat and have advantage on this stealth roll.
Alright. Go ahead and roll me some stealth.
14 stealth.
Alright.
And I will say, you all better be right behind me, because we need to get in and get out.
What?
Do you stop that?
What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck?
Since we short rested, I'm going to take the time to pre-transform.
Alrighty.
You know I got you back. Way back.
Alrighty, so Aiden, you shift through the waters. You see the dust kind of get blown away. You do see the shuffle of bones, but you realize it's just the water kind of washing in and out as it sloshes through the massive temple.
Don't like that thing. Don't like that thing. Do 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 do. Ooh, there's a pillar. It's probably a mimic.
But as you are starting to move forward, you do see
Water's great, guys. Come on in.
everyone's just sitting there back there like, you're on your fucking own.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Sun
I'm gonna
goes
take all the
down.
XP. Fuck y'all guys.
Sun goes down. They just go back to the boat like, yeah, no, that fucker's dead.
He left. He went into the room by himself. That's some white people shit.
I mean, where's the lie, though? Where is the lie, though?
Oh my god, fuck it, Aiden, you get an inspiration.
Oh my god.
It's true, you are the one white boy in this whole
That is
fucking
right on.
group.
That is right on. Oh man.
Oh shit.
Ramus
God bless you.
already-
I'm blinded by the light of gold.
You know what I think? I think it would have been a lot worse if I gave that inspiration speech and I got Sam Jacksoned.
Oh no.
Thank
Like a
God.
fucking shark just came out of like nowhere and just like gobbled me up in the middle of the inspiration speech.
I'm about to turn into a shark and eat you for fucking dissing me, not backing me
You know
up.
what?
Hello, Paladin.
You know what? F that. No, I'm with you, man. Drew Tang.
Drew Tang.
Forever. That's right.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth, fellas.
All
Okay,
right.
Token.
Oh, it's like
Wow.
that. Okay. All right. Wait, hold on. All right, I will absolutely. Give me 1 second.
And blood curse of the binding is ready just in case these fools did something stupid.
It's fine. I'll just lightning bolt underwater.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, no. I got
That's
an
a
idea.
200 IQ play.
Where the hell is this thing? Where'd it disappear to? There we go. Hold on. All right. Okay, I'm ready.
There you are. Alright, so go ahead and roll
There we go.
stealth and you add plus 10 to it.
Nice.
Which, obviously that'll apply to Aiden now
Please
as
roll
well.
a 1. Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1.
One.
Come on, man. It's the love.
Whose team are you on? The fuck? This is the opposite of an inspiring
Yeah.
speech. I'm taking some of these 10 hit points off my sheet. What the fuck?
Alright.
All right. Well, 16 or I'm sorry. Let me take advantage off. So it would have been the 16, but plus 10.
Jin's just waiting to see another Zuri, man.
It won't. It's never gonna happen. Don't worry about it. It's never gonna happen again.
So, Aiden's got now a 24, and Thalos, you have a 27 as you vanish into the room practically. Ramus, you even have a fair amount of trouble, even though you've been watching him, trying to keep track of them as they start getting further out of your sight. And you can easily move across the room as you see the various platinum, silver, and gold coins, all the size clearly from giants donating or giving praise to the shrine, left behind long ago. The same familiar cloud giant's face, the king long forgotten, all printed on them. But as you do look, you do see the gold, the green shimmer over in this direction.
If you're pinging, I cannot see.
Oh, my bad. There we are.
Yeah, okay, cool. I was heading vaguely in the right direction then, good.
Alright, maybe we don't all go that far away without everybody else.
Well, of course.
Well, as long as you guys are within 30 feet of me, you get the advantage of the stealth. Or the plus 10 to your stealth rolls. So, make sure.
So we just need to stick near you.
Yeah, but
stay
you're
within
gonna have
30
to make
feet.
the roll if you come down the stairs. So I
I
think
used
rain.
elven boots to get an advantage on the roll.
That's a good thing you did, because Dia, especially with her heavy armor, got an 8, so that turns to an 18.
Whoa, Ramus. Stealthy tiger boy. Jin also critted, but it was worse.
Tigers are actually really good swimmers, so you know.
Wait, do you roll with disadvantage because you're a fucking plate mail boy?
Yeah, but can't he just like make it disappear like that?
Yeah.
It's true. He could instantly be naked to be stealthier. Also, did Ku just destroy everybody with a 40?
Yes. He folds into the ether and disappears from existence.
He's not even like moving the water. He's just moving in between the molecules.
Oh my gosh.
He folds up like 2D
Yo, I
Mario.
like how 3 people critted in a row.
What the hell?
Like,
This is
what?
going to be a very bad combat.
Great.
Alright. So, all of you can move freely, as you are clearly stealthy enough not to awaken the bones that rest here.
Please let me know if I walk near something that is glowing with my detect magic. Because I would like to stop and not get near it.
So
Also-
I'm just gonna stay in between Aiden and Thalos. Got it.
Fair enough.
Alright, so I guess it'd be a good thing as well to, even though Aiden has detect magic, try to see, since you would talk about
smart.
necromancy, this divine sense.
Alrighty, so let's double check the range here real quick. Alright, so Jin, you definitely sense from the bone pile behind you there is a very large undead. And the rest of the room for your divine sense, especially with the 60-foot range in this room being so massive, that's the only thing you sense at the moment for the undead, which is just immediately behind you from where you walked. So it's good that you were stealthing. Though, however, as you start to approach where the green glowing gem is, raised up to 25 feet off the ground, attached to the statue, you sense a fiendish nature. Something evil is within the statue. Also, Aiden, you notice with your detect magic that down here on these steps, the very top step bricks themselves are magic.
Oh. Okay.
You're not sure what kind it is. You could roll an Arcana to try and discern what kind of magic incantation this is.
Okay. I will do that thing. 12.
You're not sure what type, but you get the inkling it's a possible construct. Though they're not connected. Each brick seems to have this incantation on itself each.
It's a trap.
I would suggest that we avoid the stairs. We can more than easily swim up the distance from the floor to the landing above. But I do not trust them. They glitter with an unknown magics.
Dare they glitter?
Also, as you do approach, especially with the bountiful treasures before you, you do start to see why people kind of get awestruck by this shrine. Even though you do sense an evil within the statue, Jin, you could tell that this place definitely was a location of purity. The donations that clearly were paid in respect, old Cloud Giant and weapons, armors, pieces that were clearly from champions of past have been left here in respect of Hephaestus, the fire giant goddess. Clearly all fine crafts from great fire giant smiths and other cloud giants that have come to respect the craftsmanship, as well as the jewelry and finery that they had produced over the years. Almost like a very large historical documentation of previous skilled craftsmen that has been preserved, even if by heinous magic and cursed bones, seems to have been left almost in innocent-looking fashion. Clearly being misused, but a nice historical catalog to look upon.
What do we do with this information?
Of all,
Is
the
it
times
alive?
we have Thorn whip.
The statue itself, the statue doesn't seem to be alive, especially for John's knowledge and being a paladin, and with his divine sense. You very get the heavy inkling that either a devil or demon has possessed the statue and has probably
Okay, so it's just a vessel.
yes, it's probably been
Okay.
getting abused by some demonic entity.
How's Rotonapar doing?
Rotanapar is enjoying the necromantic energies that you managed to drink in deeply. You can tell that he's waiting patiently, and you start to get a better feeling and inkling of what Rotanapar does, that he waits patiently for the enemy to show itself and not let hunger and excitement get the better of him. You see why he is the sword that drinks demons and shadows. He is clearly more patient than them, and very licentious to end them.
I like the music, by the way.
It's good.
Word, I was kind of getting sucked in there.
I try. So,
Is there any like particular reason that we have to engage with this statue?
We need to get the gem.
But like, do we need to? Do we need to?
Around
You'd
it.
rather someone else gets it?
Who's going to be the green one?
Green
Who
Ranger?
amongst the three of you that have existing gems, are you all feeling the pull like this is something similar to yours, or
I was originally asking. That's what I should have said. Does the gem resonate with this, like the same it did with Jin's and the others?
it does. They do call out to each other.
it's legitimate? It's not just like an illusion, allure, or sin.
So who's up? Is it Thalos?
Who is the fastest among us?
Kupo?
We're not giving Kupo.
Alright, well, I'm just saying, someone answered the fastest.
I think we're doing it with the so like.
Can I swim up onto the dais?
For that, you could definitely swim up there.
Okay, I want to be here. Do I get beat? Am I struck by a magical attack?
You were not.
Okay, well, that's a thing.
Boom up and follow Aiden. Although I give him the nod, like it's yours.
I mean, I'm not the Green Ranger, but
Well, I mean,
it's true.
it could be yours for now. I mean,
No, yeah.
I'll go. I know I can go. I can go. It's up to you.
Fuck. I mean, I don't care.
You druids
It's
could
fine.
suck each other off later. One of y'all go.
Perhaps you should do it. No, perhaps
right.
you should do it. We
No,
should
after
do it.
you.
Come on.
After you.
You. Because
I
you already
insist.
earned it.
All
right.
I'll go. I'll go.
I insist.
Get it for you.
Why do we race for it?
Jesus.
I'm just gonna
I'll go
roll
get
my
it.
heartbreaker.
I will
preparation.
cautiously approach as stealthily as I can. And I want to nab it and run.
Alright.
I
So,
nab it.
you grab onto the gem. Make me a strength
Ready-
check.
Ready a reaction to strike down anything that like lashes out at him.
Yeah, for real. Strength saving throw or regular strength check?
Just regular flat strength check. You're trying to break this off. Alright, so you grab it.
I wrench weakly at it.
You put your arms around it, and you do realize that even though that this gem looks larger than the others. You see that the runestone is encased inside of well-cut and artisaned glass.
Oh.
Why it gave off such a beautiful, lustrous shine. The opulence was purposely cut so that the refractal rates would actually put out a more beautiful sheen of the green light.
Oh, wow.
As you grab onto this glass and try to pry it free, you accidentally just quickly hug your body to it as you realize it's fairly strongly affixed to it, as you suddenly hear from the statue itself, and the eyes slowly kind of open and give this eerily beautiful, radiant, bright light, like an Azamar who was looking at you. Not like Polgain. Polgain's eyes were clearly warped from when he had fallen. This one looks set to be as if it were a pure light, as it looks to you, Aiden, as you grab onto the gem. And it speaks out to all of you. You can hear it echo across the entire antechamber of this shrine. Why do you steal from the Shrine of Heroes?
I do not mean to steal, but to protect from those who would use it for evil, and to conquer the world.
Is it not
That's true.
Yes. Is it not safe here, forgotten in the shrine, protected by those who worship so endearingly?
It was not the great trial to reach here that I think you assume it was. This tower is not as forgotten as it once may have been, and forces now threaten it from every angle. We are not the first we heard of this from another.
You could see the eyes slowly pan over the group, taking in what it sees. Jin, you feel the presence of this demon stronger than ever now.
Is it Aiden?
It's definitely speaking
It's me.
to Aiden.
I'm gonna kill the party.
Surprise!
Surprise.
Fuck! So, you have not proven yourself worthy. I could not let you leave with such a prize.
Can Aiden hear me telepathically and be like, you might as well tell her we have like 4 of these or whatever already. How many do we have? 3?
3.
3.
We
we
already got
like
3.
qualify.
I am
Who
among those who I have with 3 others who have been recognized by the rune stones. Is that not reason enough to trust us? Yes, this is a great prize, but we are great warriors in our own right.
Humble.
I mean, look, false modesty is never good. I can create lightning from the sky.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
We're 8th level. We are not puny at this point.
We're
We're
not
not-
puny. We deserve it.
I'm just trying to avoid saying, test me.
Right. Don't ask for that shit.
So, after that statement, you do see the eyes
Wow.
narrow a little bit. Then you have been chosen by the King in Yellow?
No, we took from him.
Why would you tell? Okay.
The King in Yellow.
Ramus,
Just straight
Ramus
up
has to do what he
contradicted.
do.
Just straight.
Is-
For fuck's sake.
No, I just don't think you guys understand. The King in Yellow wasn't like a good guy.
So, especially after
There we
hearing
go.
that statement,
I'm just speaking out loud. I wasn't like
it was that.
I was like whatever.
Alright, so,
Wait, has the statue been speaking to Aiden out loud, or is this a
Out loud.
telepathic?
Completely.
Oh.
That's why I said the voice fills the antechamber.
Gotcha.
Oh, and I'm thinking it's talking, and it's like we're like getting heavenly.
I'm just like
Invasion or
slowly
whatever.
tugging at the gem while it's talking to me. I'm just like, give me the bucket for.
How can we prove we will be the greater protectors of this gem?
No, stop
me!
No, see that. No. I want to prepare to strike the glass with an attack to break it if the statue becomes hostile.
So, you do not serve the king in yellow. Who do you serve, and what will you do with the rune stones?
Stand against the demons that wish to use these stones to enslave humanity. We'll defend humanity at all costs.
We serve our own gods and the people's will.
You are brave and wise. It is a shame.
One out of the two. Sorry.
It is a shame that you serve the wrong side. As you see the face contort, and then you do see
Here we go.
the
I break the
demon.
glass. I break the glass.
Here I go killing again.
The demon rise out of the statue. As you also hear the bones from behind you rise up, and then you see the very cobble steps start popping up and shuffling along in swarms.
I hate that. I don't like it.
Not a fan.
We always do this.
Combat in D&D.
You know.
Be fair, I did try to get us out of it.
You did?
I have a very low charisma. I am sorry. I mean,
You
I
did your
did.
best, man.
I
You did your
spoke.
best.
I speak it.
We're all like, listen, that really kind of belongs to us. Kinda, sort of.
It will
So-
eventually.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 5, which is not great because I'm right up here. No time to turn into a shark and get away.
You got this.
Well, I got
that.
this demon. But does the glass shatter when I hit it with my staff? Savagery.
It does, as it is simply glass. And then you
Thank
can
God.
easily grab the green runestone from it as combat breaks out. You see the cobble swarms start to clatter along the other marble, and then even hear the massive skeleton rise up as you see the hooded figure in the distance in the shadows start to fully animate and rise up to its full 25-foot height. As this demon comes forth, you see that it is serpentine, like the Naga and Numeros that you were dealing with. As you start to see it curve, as well as it does have humanoid arms and torso with strange, sickly-looking sickles in each of its hands. I also need to roll initiative for
That's not our combat music, huh?
Sadly not.
That was so relaxing.
22.
Then Kupo. That's where it is. Here we are.
Well, see, this is some combat music.
So, Dia is going to pull out her longsword and both her longswords, her katanas, and quickly make way over to the cobble swarm and start trying to thin their numbers as quick as she can before the larger entities start making their swift approach.
How many are there? The bigger two?
You see that they are 2 larger, but you also know that you can hear bones in the distance kind of clattering into the water. So, attacks, only one will strike true, as she is literally having to fight against the equivalent of a marble golem, if not, though, still in a smaller form and swarming. Alrighty. Ku is actually going to start shuffling up towards everyone. He tucks underneath this massive table, and, well, he can't really make a shot with a crossbow underwater, so he waits for the right opportunity to strike as he moves into attack range for this strange entity that's risen from the statue. Ramus, you hear Rotonapar excitedly, hungrily salivating and whispering to you, "It's finally awake. Something worthy of devouring."
Yay!
Bloodthirsty.
Is this close enough for an attack? Or no?
For that, no, it would be exactly where this token would be. As the statue itself is just a statue, this demon has fully come out of the statue itself.
Alright, so I light, since I have the temporary hit points, I used 8 of those to lightning my sword.
Alrighty.
Can I cast a blood curse, or is that, since that's like, oh no, it's a bonus action, never mind, my lightning's bonus action, so I ready a defensive stance, I guess, and yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. So, disadvantage to try and strike you. Thalos. Can you hear the clattering of bones?
Alright. Alright, and the bone sounds, those are coming from over that way, I believe?
Yes. It is interesting. You've heard skeletons rise up before, but this sounds like a cacophony of bones clinking together, almost as if they were working together as a swarm.
I don't like it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get some distance so no one can actually get their hands directly on me. So I'm going to move here, but then I'm actually going to give Ramus and Aiden some cover fire and expend 7 out of the 8 charges on my Wand of Lightning Bolt on that demon.
Oh, goddamn.
All right. I'm casting at I guess level 7.
Yep, it would be level 7. So let me double check how many that would be.
Cut off the head of the snake, and hopefully it will die.
Remind me, what's that stuff near Dia?
Near Dia is the, well, now animated cobble swarms. They are mini constructs, all made of individual bricks.
Sorcerer's Apprentice, except cobblestones instead of brooms and mops.
Oh, lovely.
Yup.
So yeah, it should be 12d6 for that lightning bolt
Alright.
that you're casting.
Let's dance.
Alrighty. So, you quickly pull out the lightning bolt. Crack of lightning scorches through the water, heating it up for a brief moment as you see it's whip through. It does catch part of the creature, and barely manages to dip out of the way, but you could still tell that it did not enjoy the huge amount of damage that you had dealt from it, from the lightning bolt.
Okay. All right, that's it for me.
Yes, fire abilities are half damage underwater, Jin. Sorry.
Lightning count as fire, or
Fire
lightning
all-
count-
Lightning is not fire. That is still full.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Cool.
You could still use your fire abilities underwater. It's just that it would be,
That's effective.
yeah, it's automatically reduced to half damage. Well, I mean, you've seen Avatar, right?
Exactly. That's what I was asking. Really.
I mean, technically, lightning is just really hot. Like, well, just scorched through hair, so. Sort of the same.
Not really. I mean, it's the
kind of like
ignition
a
of.
concentrated, hotter ignition version, you know?
It's true.
So, the start of this creature's turn, you start to see the water turn sickly green as its body is touching the water and parts of its blood spilled out. Just to represent the location that it's affecting.
Shit.
Sorry.
As it seems to taint the very essence of the water around. You can still see, but it is almost diseased in a way that as you look at it. And the creature doesn't seem bothered by it at all, but you could, especially for those who look at it, it looks definitely be either diseased or definitely poisoned.
This is why I always roll ranged characters in games.
So
My ranged character isn't doing the thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm in the middle. Front line. Everybody else is a pussy, apparently.
alright, so this creature,
I think someone forgot they were a spellcaster.
No, somebody was blinded by greed. It's different. It's different.
Should have made
Oh,
your
the
pet
bird
get
died.
for you.
alright, so it will immediately make 2 hooked claw attacks at one at Ramus and one at Aiden, and then follow up with a bite at Aiden for trying to take the gem from it. So claw at Ramus, 22 to hit Ramus.
Disadvantage, eh?
That is true. So 16 to hit Ramus, actually. Does that hit? No, not at all. Oof. Alrighty. So, and then the other claw and bite at Aiden. Jesus. A 26 and a 24.
Oh, come on! I did the whole thing and upgraded my AC, and you roll in like 24s over here. Yeah, those will hit. Yeah.
So, the first attack will do 20. Well, actually, no. Yeah, no, unfortunately. The first attack will do 14 slashing, and the second attack will do 27 piercing as it bites and clamps down on your body.
Okay. Ow. So it's holding me?
No, it just rips a chunk of your flesh off and eats it.
Ow. My body.
Gross.
It's like well done.
Oh.
Where's the love? Where is it? What happened? Where's the love? friendly neighborhood druid. Trying to get gems and make shit happen.
Get gems and make friends.
Apparently not friends anymore.
Oh, I'm 17, by the way. Tiger adds +1.
Oh, very nice. Jesus.
I am 20 and he's smacking me around.
So, after smacking you around, things get even more heinous. So why you realize why this creature was guarding the gem here, of all places, as it activates Undertow. You suddenly start to see that the waters in the room start to swirl, almost at the beck and call of this creature. Everything 60 feet out from this creature as it controls and shifts the water is now difficult terrain, slowing your movement to half.
Okay.
20 feet.
So if you can move 30, you can only now move 15. If you can move 40, you can only move 20. I'll put another aura out there so you can see where his torrential waters are manipulating everything. Which, unfortunately, is a very large portion of the room.
Aiden, I hope you used temporary hit points.
I did. It's why I'm above half.
Good. Good boy.
Alright. Let's need to darken up the other one so it's visible still. There we are. Alrighty. Rain.
Hell yeah.
You are moving at half movement, though unfortunately since he was bled in the water, and you do start in that area, sadly, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw DC 16.
How do I do that? Can I just click on Constitution?
Yeah.
Saving throw, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Alright, perfect.
But I think she
Do I live?
You live, you do not take any damage or insanities.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, insanities from getting hit by water?
No, from breathing in demon blood.
What the fuck?
But at the same time, you are now immune to this for 24 hours. So you are fine. You are perfectly fine. Right? You do have half speed right now, as he is controlling the waters. But you do have control water and also all of your attacks.
I do.
So it's up to you, your choice of what you wish to do.
I'd like to start with a guiding bolt from a distance.
All right.
Will that hit? Nah, right?
Unfortunately not. The 11 flies past, strikes the statue behind it, blowing off a piece of the marble hair.
That's pooper scoopers. Alright, I could control water and just banish the water from the room again, right? Would that include, like, all the water that he's manipulating? Or poisoning?
It would, but unfortunately you did just cast Guiding Bolt.
Oh, right.
Bonus actions?
What happened?
Bonus actions.
I was thinking of the spiritual weapon, but can I do that? That's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action, but it does still require a spell slot, in which you already used, so you'd have to use a cantrip.
Oh, that's double poopers. You said half speed, right? Or at half distance?
Half speed, yes, so you can only move 15 feet right now, as the waters are literally fighting against you.
So I'm just gonna move forward then, and await my position. So I can go, like, to right here?
Yep, anywhere in the 15 feet.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna wait right there.
Alrighty. The Cobble Swarm is gonna start teaming up on Dia.
Deuces. No, I'm kidding. That'd be fucked up.
Later, bitch!
What was her name again? I'm kidding. We should go save Dia.
Alright, so
Cough.
those do not hit. These ones, and what you
The
do
one
see that
should
the
save is,
what?
I think the one you should save is Aiden. He's the one hurting.
Aiden's fine.
Yeah, he just
Aiden has a plan.
he just got
Alright.
fucking ripped into. But this one will come and try and smack Dia as well, as they are starting to swarm. Thankfully, she is not being struck ridiculously. Alrighty, and now the big boy that you felt earlier, Jin, and the one that Rotonapar had been hungering for. The Bone Collective.
The what?
Bone collector.
The collector of bones.
I heard it, but I'm upset about
Bone
it.
Collective. It's like that band.
So,
Oh.
it'll get to about here, because even this creature is slowed by the torrential water. As you see it slowly start shifting, as you hear it almost like bone wind chimes clattering in the water. As it starts shuffling, you can see the body shift and the face manipulate, all entirely made of rib bones, all the way down to the fingers, the cage, the legs, just entirely collected from various bodies over the years. As it now looks down at you, Jin, as it looks hungrily, as the sharpened ribs for where its teeth are supposed to be start to sneer in a very hungry-looking grin.
How big is this thing?
25 feet tall.
Can't you see it? It's big.
No, not yet.
It's not in our sight.
Okay, let me describe it to you. I'm fucked.
Oh, come on.
You got this, buddy. You're the paladin. This is your shit. Come
Exactly.
on.
If I'm saying this, that means I'm fucked.
Oh, that's spooky. No, we don't like that. Yeah, you are fucked.
Yeah, he looks spoopy, but do you see the size of him is the thing?
Oh, I assume
me
that's a
describe it.
life-size picture.
Remember the Turk Ogre? It has nothing on this.
Jesus.
Well, actually, Aiden doesn't remember the Turk Ogre, but we do.
So what's a Turk over?
Oh, what's a toger? Alrighty.
Well, let's hope. Hopefully, we don't find out this Thanksgiving.
Oh, Lord.
Jin! Dia seems to be holding herself well. The water seems toxic, though. Your sister seems fine. Aiden definitely looks like he got a big chunk ripped out of him by this demon. But you do see the massive swarm of animate rib bones coming towards you.
Oh, really? I can see that? What makes you think that?
I don't know. Call it a inkling on Elvish sight.
Oh, okay.
Keep your inklings
so,
to
buddy.
yourself.
Keep your inklings to yourself. Alright. So, what Jen is going to do, or hope to do, is man up and
Run away.
yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Run, Smokey.
How far is this thing for me?
Oh, it's within your range, my good man.
Not yet.
Don't you have a flying sword?
I do, but I'm thinking.
Oh, I've had a question about flying swords that I've never known the answer to.
Hmm?
Which is, do they have an amount of HP, right?
They do not. A person can forcibly grab it, though, and try to defeat its strength check to control it. Though it is
Got it.
extremely hard.
Because it's like the difference between when they're like an animated sword and when they're a dancing sword.
Correct. And while you're holding it, you would have to literally make a strength check to wield it while you are trying to control it while it's still animated.
That was what I thought.
Guys, I don't know what to do. It's a very big test of my decision making.
Do pew
Palatability.
pews. Pew pews.
Play defensive, put up the wall.
Flying sword.
Yeah, flying sword.
Flying sword is naturally going to happen, but none of my defensive things or any of my new defensive things would be any use right now.
It's half effective, but that's still better than no damage.
Wait, can't you this thing is obviously undead, right? Turn. Oh no, can't turn
No.
undead.
That's the lovely lady over there.
She's up here with us.
Yeah.
She's the one who could make
All
a
right.
run in horror.
I'm gonna nut up or shut up. I am going.
thought he was
to
gonna shut up.
move Over here. All right. I'm going to pull out my new sword, and I am going to speak some holy words to it, and I'm gonna make a vow that he is now my sworn enemy, and he will go down.
Ah.
I will
Fuck
use
yeah.
vow of enmity. So now I have advantage on him for a whole minute.
Yeah.
And I am going to use the new sword and try to do some damage on it because this is going to be fun. Where's my toggle advantage thing?
So, as you do hear Betalus ignite, you immediately hear, "By fire be purged!"
Yay! Oh, I didn't add this to roll 20. Let me get it real quick. Long sword. Plus 3. There we go. Alright. So first attack goes out.
That definitely hits.
He rolled a
Alright.
15.
So I'm gonna...
Oh, you
Attack with
Hunter's
that one.
Mark?
What?
No vow of enmity, bruh.
Hunter's Mark. I'm looking through those spells.
Yeah, I got Hunter's Mark. That came naturally with my class.
That's a spell.
It is.
Alrighty. So, you quickly slash through. You can see a huge hunk of the ribs scatter out as they slowly glide, almost like fish parting through a school, and then shift and form back into its hip.
Alright. And I am going to do it again.
That definitely hits.
And I will do the damage right there.
Another solid
Right.
strike. As you hear
And
more
with
bones
this one-
shatter and clink through the water.
Shit, what was this ability? 2d6? Second. 2d6. Fire. Let's roll this. So do 2 extra damage.
Excellent work. You'd see quite a few bones are shattered and scattered across the room now. Clearly, the ribs only seem to remain animate when they are nearly whole. And then
And I think that would end my turn because I already used my bonus action, so I can't really much.
Alrighty. The Cobble Swarm continues to assail Dia. And finally strikes for a solid 9 piercing damage as the small chips and stones start finding purchase through her armor and stabbing her in exposed areas. Aiden, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw as you start in the demon's blood. Alright.
Can I use my inspiration?
Yes, you can, and I'll let that 18 stand.
Cool.
So, you are immune to the demon's poisonous blood for 24 hours.
Nice. So, I would like to raise my staff and begin to chant, and you guys, everyone sees all of Aiden's, like, clothes and his staff begin to meld into his body, and the, like, huge gash where he was ripped out, where a chunk was ripped out of him, it seems like it's starting to swell, and that red flesh is like expanding outwards and filling up more and more space. Aiden casts polymorph on himself. I'm going to turn into a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
What's the water one, or is that too big?
The only other CR8 creature is a huge giant crab, and I prefer the T-Rex. That's a personal choice.
Okay, yeah.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can even
I'll
find...
give you a second. I have the stats here if you want to just give me a token. I can manually roll stuff.
Like I don't have that boy on flick. I've had druids before.
You know what's up. You know what's up. Oh shit, I did the stupid thing.
Oh, you deleted yourself.
I did this stupid thing. I only had 5 in the initiative. I'll put it back once I have control of the dinosaur. that was my bad.
He got too excited. He saw it.
Just
like,
did a bad
shit.
thing. I regret the thing I did.
Alright, and then egg and players journal.
Big Book of Beasts. Big Book of Beasts.
I'll have to add it to the big book of beasts.
Oh, I saw it appear in the journal. It's there.
Alright, let's go quickly drag that PDF down to the big book of beasts for druids. There we are.
Perfection. Okay, I have one more question.
Yes, sir.
How, does this demon have, reach? Meaning, can I take a step back without getting an opportunity attack against me?
For that, especially for how close its arms are, and it's definitely not a giant-sized demon. It's still large, but not to the point of what Jen is currently facing.
Okay.
You do not think that it has a 10-foot reach.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to bite and then attempt to tail it.
Alright. That
Does
definitely
a
fucking
crit
hits.
hit?
That is
Starting off strong.
That is a big bite. Holy shit.
A big bite. Especially as you bite down on this creature, you can tell that its flesh seems fairly resistant to your teeth. But you definitely get it. Well, your T-Rex. But other people who see it get an inkling that magic might be more ideal to rending its flesh. But it definitely took a huge chunk out of this fucking creature.
Alright, and it is not a medium or smaller creature, right? So it's not grappled.
No, sadly.
Alright, and I will attempt to tail whip it. Does a 26 hit?
That definitely hits.
For 22 more.
Nice. Alrighty. Does not look very pleased with your presence, and still kind of terrified at the fact that you're a giant fucking T-Rex. As you're at the same time, your brain is literally now at the point of eat, and that's about it.
Snacks.
Alright, will that be all?
Yes.
Alrighty. Cobble Swarm. We'll have to dash to reach her, and that will be it. Then Dia was going to put 3 attacks out, trying to just quickly defend herself. But especially with the swarm surrounding her, she cannot seem to find purchase against the stone that is literally fighting her. Marble's a tough motherfucking stone, man.
Are you close enough to help her, Thalos, or not?
I'm gonna try, but I'm not running into that poison.
No. That's all I'm saying. Stay out if you can.
Alright. Let me pull up the madness chart.
Oh boy.
Poor Koo.
He's doing alright, though.
Unfortunately, since he failed by such a big degree, unfortunately goes straight to the long-term madness table. $84.
You hate to see it.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. So, he takes a deep breath in.
Seriously?
Of all this poison.
Oh my gosh.
And he looks around the room. How'd I get here? Who are you people? What the fuck is that? What is that giant thing in the room? What's going on?
Someone needs to knock him the fuck out. KO him.
Remus?
He starts slowly swimming, trying to just get away, as he can only literally get about here.
I mean, that's better than the alternative.
Put the big ass eye on him for a nice madness. Alright, Remus, your con check for 16.
Is he big enough to give me advantage where I am or no?
Well, first roll your Constitution saving throw, because you are in the demon blood. And then
Hold on, I'm gonna use an inspiration for that. Well, that sucks.
Thankfully, not a long-term madness, just a short-term. But go ahead and roll me a D100. There we are. Alrighty.
And then I died.
So you breathe this poison in, and then you pass out.
God, I was gonna lay into him too. Thanks.
At least it's not long term. You didn't get full amnestics from the SCP like Ku did. But somebody can shake you awake. You may be unconscious, but you are not in a state of permanent slumber. You just literally get overwhelmed by the whispers of demon blood flooding into your mind, and then just immediately pass out. So, Thalos.
Damn it.
See, the T-Rex is there. Ramus calls you out to see if you can help Dia. After he takes that deep breath of the water by mistake with all the blood, you just see him suddenly go limp in the water.
Okay.
Question: Does these conditions in everyone who's been affected stay even if the water is removed from the space?
If they're affected by madness, you would have to cast a lesser restoration on them to heal their mind, per se.
Got it. Thank you.
For Ramus, in his current state, his madness is from the short-term table, and especially since he just fell unconscious, it's nothing that's lasting. You literally could just shake him awake.
And he'd be back to normal?
Yeah, he'd be fine.
Or he was...
He
Okay.
literally just passed out from the sheer magnitude of whispers that started hitting his head.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to cast Erupting Earth on the steps, centered about here. So it should be 20 feet. Sorry, well, actually, I suppose like centered here. The point being that it actually affects these three that are in front of Dia. Actually, is there any way I can get whatever the maximum range is where I can get these three? I might not be able to hit this one that's like right next to her, but the three that are right in front of her, I'm trying to catch them inside erupting earth.
Easily can do so. So go ahead and roll that damage, and I believe it's strength checks, correct, for your erupting earth?
Let me see. That should have populated.
It should say when you roll it.
Okay. All right. Oh yeah. All right. So submit. There we go. Yeah. Each one.
Dexterity saving throw. That's even better because they're horrible at that because they're constructs.
All right.
All right. Just go ahead and roll the 3d12 manually. I'm sure. Yeah, I'll have to.
Actually got it here. Boom.
Perfect.
Thank you for pre-coding.
There we are. So with that, you see them, especially being constructs and so waylaid, they can't even get out of the eruption, and they all just start shattering. The marble starts cracking off. You see the swarm dwindle to almost nothing for the three in front of Dia. One of them is completely dissipated because it was the one she was assailing before, but the others look like there's almost nothing left of them. There's like 1 or 2 bricks.
Wait. Bonus action. I'm going to telekinetically shove Ramus.
Alrighty. So, very nice. So, super druid fashion with his new telekinetic abilities from his myconoid friends. Ramus, you suddenly wake up as you feel a lurch, almost an invisible hand kind of quickly shunt you in the side, and you wake back up.
I'm up.
Nice. And that's 15 feet I can move. 5, 10. I'm just moving a little bit closer to try and like maneuver towards Jin. That's it for me.
Alrighty.
Then slowly turns his head in the water and looks at Thalos. And he says underwater, "Do you see this shit?"
Like, run, Jin, run!
I can't swim fast enough.
Alright.
What if, hypothetically, my sister moves all this water out and they all fall down to the ground and just like die?
I would be pretty ill.
That's hopeful thinking right there.
That is hopeful thinking.
So the Wrathstiller is going to look at the giant fucking T-Rex that's now eating him and returned in kind with full rounds of attacks and trying to desperately end this massive creature that's trying to rip chunks out of it.
Let him try. I have so much more HP now. And a tiger buddy. And a tiny cleric.
Triple crit.
So all of those attacks will hit, but thankfully you do have a lot of health. The first attack is the bite, will do 29 piercing as he responds in kind to biting back. The second attack will do 21 slashing, and the last third attack will do 15 slashing.
Damn.
Yeah, that covered it.
65?
Yep. 65 damage total as he lays into the T-Rex desperately. And you see the demon call on the last of its power in this dominion, as obviously it was doing so much to keep the necromancy and other creatures under its control. now completely abandons it, and with the last bit of its power, and yes, this is a once a day, will cast a grasping spout upon the T-Rex. Go ahead and make me a DC 17 strength saving throw with the T-Rex. This should be fairly, easy. Alright, so especially even with the tides torrenting against you, this will be heft. So, and you are not gripped by the water spout that is trying to whip you around. So that gets reduced to 11 acid damage as the sea salt kind of brines and starts trying to tear away the T-Rex's flesh.
The T-Rex gives a very bubbly roar.
How much health do you have?
60 left.
Damn.
T-Rexes initially start with 136.
Big boy.
You need to take polymorph.
Big
You
boy.
need to take polymorph.
Big boy. Big boy. Big boy.
But do keep in mind his intelligence is that of what, 2?
Not smart. Don't know anything. Don't even know ABCs.
Big boy, smart, giant puppy dog.
No knowledge.
Bork.
Only knows nap and take corn chip.
Rain. The torrential waters are still washing around. You'd see Ram.
Control water.
All right.
Water.
All right.
I want to move everything out. No more water.
Alrighty.
I
So.
want to be able to do the pew pews.
So with that, Rain rinses away the water and forcing it out of the main hall.
I just noted that it went away with spirit fingers. I spirit fingered it away.
So with that, the demon's blood and the water no longer taking effect.
Hallelujah.
And you are now back all up to full speed once again.
Hell yeah.
The demon looking extremely infuriated and looks to you with wrath and hate as you have now taken it out of its element.
Okay, so I can take like a full step back, right?
Oh, easily.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's the end of my turn. I'm just gonna walk away a little.
Alrighty. As you do that, cowardice priestess. I will get to
Kiss-
you soon enough.
My ass. No, stop.
Kiss my...
Threaten the demon.
No.
Threaten the demon.
Oh,
Jen turns to his sister. Do you see this shit?
You
hey.
see this shit.
Alrighty. The remainder of the Cobble Swarm, now very weakened, is going to air quote attempt to hurt Dia. Doesn't have much for its attack. Nope, and definitely not. Especially with so much more less to attack her. You could see that she clearly has a much easier time now, especially thanks to Thalos' Earth Eruption, that she is no longer being swarmed or overwhelmed. Now to fucking Ouch McGrouch. The Bone Collective. Still dripping. Especially now with the water washed away. Jin. You see some kind of yellowish green liquid dripping from the rib teeth as it comes down to try and bite you.
Oh, it doesn't sound good.
Alright. Thankfully,
Those snacks sound good though.
it crashes against your shield because it tries to hit you with an 18. Fails, and then will try to swipe at you with its claws now that the main excitement of the creature is now washed over by fury and anger that its bite didn't connect with you. As you start to see this almost sickly, noxious, fumic venom dripping off the front of your shield. Alright. The second one will miss, but the others wot at you with the main swarm claw that it has is a 27 to hit.
Fun.
Alright. And then... Oh my fucking god. Could it have not fucking rolled so good? It will do 68 piercing damage to you as the ribs slam and squirm their way into your flesh.
God.
That doesn't sound very cash money.
At this point, Rain, you hear a very sickly crunch, and then you turn around to see a massive pool of blood building up underneath Jin as this one hand managed to squirm its way around the side and slam into him.
No.
Ben!
How much did you say?
68 piercing damage.
One
Alright.
from a nice.
So that leaves me at a lovely 20.
Don't forget the temporary HP.
What do you think I use? Alright. I'm mad and hurt at the same time. So I'm just gonna go down swinging. So first attack goes out.
Definitely hits. Alright. Especially with that nice eruption of flame, you can see more bones go scattering away. The size starting to shrink down.
And now that I know that he's a whatchamacallit, a demon thing, I will cast.
Oh, goddamn. Alright, so he definitely does not fucking like that as he recoils. If you hear the very soft whispers of a million voices screaming out in pain.
Good. They should be screaming. But that's not over because my sword is still in flame tongue mode. And it's gonna do. Do you round up or down for
damage?
Uneven numbers? Because half of that would be 0.5. So do you go up or down?
You always go down, but at the same time, there's no water here. Your sister cleared it out.
Oh, so that's 9. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that,
Alright, so
you actually see it shrink.
oh, thank God.
As there's no more large swarm to collect. The swarm has shrunken.
Jin holds his side and he turns to his sister. Do you see this shit?
I do.
And Jin's gonna pull his sword back up and go for another swing.
That definitely hits. An excellent strike. You can see more bones clatter away. You can see this strange swarm of ribs start to recoil as it starts trying to grab all the lost pieces. It starts trying to put them back together and pull them back into itself.
Nuh-uh-uh. You're gonna burn, bitch. You're gonna burn. You got the fire damage added, right?
Yep. You can tell it's extremely brittle.
Oh. Well, Jim puts his sword down and tries to catch a breath because he is hurt.
Alrighty. 8 is for us, Rex.
I would like to bite and then tail whip, please.
Bite and tail whip.
Needs to bang to it, but he doesn't heal the paladin.
I have a pea brain and no ability to spellcast.
Yeah.
Can't you heal me with love?
No,
Sadly not. Unfortunately,
not enough
his
actually in the tank.
and also following the actual rules, his intellect modifier is actually so small he literally cannot spellcast in this form.
Do those hit?
Yes, they definitely hit.
Okay. For 31 and 24, 55 total. So half that.
Alrighty. With that, you can see the demon slashing out, still furious and raging. Looks like it's still got quite a bit of wind to it, even though its body is literally being torn asunder, and it's clearly out of the element it prefers in battle.
That's the dinosaur's turn. I would like to roar again, actually. This time it's not bubbly, it's very Jurassic Park.
And especially in this cacophonous temple, it is most impressive.
But the end of the New World one where the dinosaur gets like chomped by the sea creature.
Right, the cool ending. Alrighty. Dia manages to finish off the last of another swarm as she holds the line.
I like that Dia's just fighting these things so that we don't have to deal with them as we take on the threats, and Dia's fighting blocks.
She's fighting.
And then Ku Po Shak will run and dash 90 feet.
Why can I breathe underwater? Who did this to me?
Why is the water gone now? Why the fuck are we underwater? Where am I? What's going on? Ah! Alright, Ramis, you can now get your vengeance.
Territory, and I lay into him.
Fuck him up!
Oh wait, hold on.
There you go. That definitely strikes true.
Are we calling that 18 or can I reroll?
You can definitely reroll. There you go. They all hit. Rip them apart. Alrighty. So, especially after crushing into him on his back, cutting off the fins and spines, he starts spilling all the toxic blood everywhere that you inhaled before. You can see it wafting up, but holds no potency as it starts to evaporate in the air. Clearly needs the seawater to be effective. The creature just screams out in agony as you start cutting it down.
Yeah, that's my turn, I guess.
Alrighty. Phalos.
Alright. Where are we? Alright. I'm going to cast Healing Spirit, but I'm going to cast it at. Let me see. Alright. I'm actually casting it at level 4 on Jin.
Ooh.
Very nice.
So that should be D6 for everything. So it should be 46, I believe.
What? So go ahead and roll 46 and heal that to Jin.
Alright, bro.
Yay!
That's bonus, and then I'm gonna turn on this dude. Oh, not turn him on. Well, I don't know what he's in.
Hey,
Really.
baby.
But I'm gonna center the spell here, trying to avoid Aiden and Ramis. I'm gonna hit this bastard with Where are you? There we go. Storm.
Ooh. Ooh, very nice. Alright. Let's make a dex save. Alright, and what's your spell DC?
Let's see. I think it's 14. Sorry, let me just double check.
Should be higher than that.
Because he did roll a 17.
Oh crap! All right, hold on. Let me just make sure. Actually, yeah, it looks like it should be like a dex check. 14, but where am I finding my spell DC?
Top of your spell page.
Yeah, if you go to the spell tab, it'll say right at the very top. One's a DC and the other one's an attack.
Yeah, no. It's a 14 DC.
Alright, so he will make that, as he does roll a 17. But you still do half damage, so go and roll damage.
Alright, so that's going to be 2d8 and 46. Let me just get that out.
Oh, very nice. Cool 14. Alrighty. So especially with the freezing over, you can see the creature starts to shudder and scream out in pain as it looks around desperately for a possible escape, and starts to realize that there's now no way out without its minions, and even its minions are failing it.
Wait. Alright, wait, sorry about that. Let me... Where the hell did the map go? Sorry, the map just sort of like reset on me.
Well, that's fine.
How dare you?
I'm actually gonna run and try to get a little bit closer to helping out Dia.
Alrighty. Which obviously you have full movement again since the water is gone.
Very good. That's it for me.
Alrighty. So with this, especially in the desperate throes of its last breaths, as it's whipping around, terrified between the massive T-Rex and Ramus. You fools are not worthy of Hash's weapons! You will never see the king! And he just quickly starts clawing and biting at both Ramus and the T-Rex. It's gonna put 2 claws towards Ramus.
Uh-oh.
Both will miss. Ooh. And then it's gonna turn around and try and bite the T-Rex. It crits.
Of course it does. Let's get it. Lay it on me.
It will... Let's see. Yeah. It will do 54 piercing damage to you.
I'm still up.
Oh.
And that's that.
Especially after ripping a huge chunky see the T-Rex still standing, bloodied as fuck from all the claws and bite and tooth marks. The massive hunk of T-Rex flesh in this creature's mouth now, as it's just frothing in rage, trying to take anyone down before it gets vanquished from this world. Rain.
Yes. Can I do a bonus action before an action? I'd be forgetting.
Bonus action, you could do your spirit knuckles if you like, and then even still kind of run up and bash a boy with one of your weapons if you want, or shoot them.
Okay, that's perfect. I want to do a mass healing word on Jin, Dia, the T-Rex, Talos. I guess you don't need anything?
Cool.
Okay. I think I could do up to 6. So I guess those 3. Could I do that? And then I go run up on them and smack them in the face with a heartbreaker?
believe Mass Healing Word is a main action.
It says 1 bonus action.
Oh, well then, yeah, you could definitely do that, and all of you get the 5 HP, and then you can definitely run up on a boy and try to finish him off with your Heartbreaker.
Okay. It says up to 6 creatures of your choice that you see within range regain hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Yep, that was rolled for the.
That's automatically 5? Okay. And then I want to go...
Plus, you forgot that your life essence also kicks in.
Yeah,
I have a life essence?
You're a life domain cleric.
Yeah, so you regain additional HP equal to 2 plus the spell's level. Whenever you use the first level healing spell or higher.
Should be on your feats list.
Yeah, Disciple of Life.
Word. That thingy?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. And then I want to go hit this guy. This guy. Why are you not... Oh, wait. This guy with my Heartbreaker.
Alright, roll up on smack away.
In the face. Like, in the chin, specifically.
What level spell is Mass Healing Word?
Second. So you guys all get 9 total HP back.
Correct.
Oh, Mass Healing Word is a 3rd level spell.
I was wrong.
So 10.
Good shit.
Yeah. 10.
I really wanted to rob you guys of that 1 hit point, so I lied.
Okay.
And the truth
I hope they rob you of your life
out.
again.
Wow, okay.
I'm a T-Rex. We're good.
God.
So, DM God, I swung. That was my turn.
Alright, you definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet.
Alrighty, so especially after your brother exhausted after putting in so much damage and rendering this creature down to a more reasonable
I
size.
swear to God, if you kill steal my enemy,
Rocks up with the hammer and just quickly, while it's distracted, picking up the bones desperately.
In the face.
I swear to God, if it's dead right now, I'm leaving. Fuck you.
5 HP left.
Oh, look at that. I was just helping out.
Oh god.
And you're gonna get a legendary item for being the one who vanquished it, who did all the work vanquishing it. You got it, Rain. Good job.
That's what I'm here for, guys.
As Chin once again looks at his sister, take all the motherfucker.
Jin looks at... Oh, shit. I thought Thalos was behind me. I was about to look at Thalos and say, you see this shit?
Oh god. Will that be alright?
That is it.
Alright. Alright, this Cobble Swarm is gonna shuffle on over. Get that advantage. But is not many. Oh, and it still manages to find purchase just barely. 7 piercing on Dia. Alrighty. Jin.
Yo.
This motherfucker.
Alright.
Put all that work.
Jin takes his sword and lightly slaps his sister's back with it.
Hater.
Good job. Oh, wow. You know what? I'll go full swing.
You do not want to start a fight in the middle of a fucking battle right now.
What do you think a battle's for?
DM God, I want to match with my brother one of these days.
You totally can throw down. I'm not
that
gonna
should be
stop.
interesting.
I'm not gonna stop PvP. So
Jin is gonna take his sword and swing down at the whatever that construct thing is.
Sentient stare, bricks.
Sentient stare. Oh, it does look like a sentient stare. Holy shit!
Disgusting.
All
I
right.
didn't need to see that. I really didn't need to see that. Oh my gosh.
Haunting. But that definitely strikes true as we strike down into the marble steps.
Haunting, he says. Agree, I do.
24 damage.
Else.
Hold on. Alright. So, is that thing still alive?
It is still alive, but you very easily bloody it with a heavy strike like that, shattering through some of the marbles.
Alright. So, I'm going to do another swing. Oof. Critical fail.
You basically strike down into another marble brick and realized it was already broken as the swarm starts to try and quickly move around you.
Your heart wasn't into it.
Yeah, my heart wasn't definitely not into it. Since the water is gone, Jin's going to whistle and call forward his dancing longsword.
Alrighty. Oh, and that definitely strikes.
Alright.
Alrighty. Another 9 damage. You can see one brick is left amongst the cobble.
Just one brick?
One singular brick.
Can I use an extra bonus action to blow on it?
With that,
Blow +3.
it crumbles.
Yeah. At least I took down something.
Alright. Will that be all, Jen?
Yeah, thank you.
Alright. And then Sexual Tyrannosaurus.
Sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh my. Well, so since the last turn, the T-Rex has been thinking a lot about what it wants to do. It been
thinks?
contemplating.
It can't
And
think.
no, it hasn't. It's been waiting desperately to bite and tail this guy.
Yeah. Oh no! Well, the
No,
the
that's a
tail
great
hit.
fail.
Wow.
Wow.
We rolled the
23.
same number. Friend.
Friend. Football friend.
Alright. So, it barely manages to weave away from your teeth as it's finally getting used to its massive maw coming down, but you still manage to wind it as you slam your tail heavily center mass. This creature does not look long for this world.
Actually, shouldn't I have rolled with advantage because Ramus?
You should roll your bite again.
Fuck!
Well,
It still does not hit.
It doesn't hit. Fuck. Okay, that's the T-Rex's turn. I really hoped he wouldn't get another turn to hurt the T-Rex, but that's dangerous now. Ramus, help. Get him,
we'll see.
get him, Ramus.
Get him! Fuck him out!
I can't telepath. I speak. I understand the language. I can't speak.
Yeah. You try to mentally talk to him, you just hear food. So,
Nom noms.
Dia barely manages to finish this off. Quickly turns and sees the rest of the fight that's going on and sees how much more like amazing you guys have been. But kind of shake and quickly looks around to see if there's any other storms. She does make a little bit of a spot and sees that there are other bones at the far end of the room near another door, but she will just start heading up the stairs towards the demon T-Rex and were-tiger fight.
Roar.
Ku continues to run.
Roar means I love you in dinosaur.
Then he will make...
who just cut her off?
He had full amnesia, like anyone's gonna fucking stick around for a giant T-Rex demon fight with lycanthropes everywhere. It's the weirdest shit ever. No fucking sense.
People summoning the will of God to fight giant skeleton monsters. I'd be out too. You kidding me? Fuck that.
Alright, Ramus.
I lay into him again.
Do it. Alright. The second one definitely hits. Sadly, the first one. All right, so you go to swing. The first one misses. The second one manages to connect. How do you want to do this?
Since the first one misses, I catch my momentum and do a backswing with my sword down like a dagger almost, and I put it straight through the. Is he facing me?
He is currently facing the T-Rex and both of you, so he's like facing you from the side.
Alright, so I basically try and put it through his windpipe or windpipe-ish area, and then the lightning starts just circulating through.
Alright, so as you start electrocuting him through his voice box, you can hear his own voice echo for a moment through the chamber as his eyes start to sear and then pop as blood curdles up.
And then I shout, wait, hold on. And then I shout, drink to the sword.
So, Rotunapar, the eyes on the skull immediately alight. As you start seeing all the blood start filtering down the blade and into the skull, you actually see, instead of the demon fading or boiling down like you've seen before when they return back to hell or the abyss, literally starts to shrink down into black ooze and bubbling blood, and it gets pulled entirely into Rotunapar. That the demon is now gone. That is combat, and as you look at Rotunapar as it savors its new meal, you suddenly feel the runestone pulse with more power. Rotunapar is now more awakened. You are immune to necrotic energies and can summon 3 shadows daily for 1 hour.
Oh shit, okay. Can I do one at a time, or do they all have to be at once?
All at once.
Nice.
Holy
You got like
shite.
friends built into your weapon.
Yeah.
Seriously. Squat up. Wait, it's Ranger theme. They're like the putty things.
Someone putties.
Alright. You now have full access. Combat is over. And I think this is an excellent spot to call it, where you will be able to loot the treasury and now decide what you're going to do with the green runestone.
Why is Aiden so small?
Oh, that's because I need to size him up. Alright.
Thank God.
I should have just left him that size.
I start rifling through all the other shit that's not the rune stuff.
I would like to examine the runestone
Alrighty.
and read the symbols.
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana.
22.
Alrighty. Much like its brethren, it looked like it had been asleep, giving off the beautiful emerald green sheen that it does, that reflected through the glass that was purposely cut. It definitely had been there for some time. You do remember the knight that was traveling with you, Fervor, as he had mentioned that the runestone was lost a long time ago from his great-grandfathers. You know that the aforementioned weapon is probably still in his family crypt. You see that, just like the fire runestone, the necrotic one, the golden radiant, that it is asleep, but still responds to your touch. You know, almost feels same kinship, almost to that of nature. You can feel it kind of breathe shallowly, like it's asleep but trying to wake up as it senses its brothers and sisters nearby.
Oh man. Okay, can I try something with it?
Mm-hmm.
I want to take it over, kind of away from everybody else, and I want to try and use it to summon my wild spirit, my wildfire spirit, which is like an extension of my wild shape. I want to use the gem and its like heartbeat to give life to the spirit.
Alright.
Like literally awaken it, literally bring it to life.
So, as you do that, you start to focus and shape. Go ahead and roll me another Arcana at disadvantage, because obviously you're doing this for the first time with a fresh newfound item.
16.
Alright, it still gives
I can also,
excellent form as you start to shape and channel your wild spirit, trying to focus it into the runestone and through out so it can finally escape and be free and actually alive once more. It takes a great deal of concentration as you do this. Some of you can even see Aiden sweating a little, as this is far more extraneous than the anvil that was guiding him, especially with this runestone that is still dormant. But as you do, channeling this and bringing life back to it, you do see your fire spirit appear, but its flames have shifted to that of a green hue. It is alive, but fire still licks from its form as it stands there.
Ew. The fell.
You look at it, and it looks around confused to actually have a physical manifestation. But you also start to see, as it walks, the soft green cinders that fall from its footfalls start to grow plants.
That's kind of cool.
that's really cool.
You have now given your spirit the physical form and healing fires for those who are its allies.
Whoa. Okay. Cool as shit.
Kind of looks up to you a little confused as it's starting to try and get used to this new form, especially new sensations. But then you kind of think for a moment as well, it's still fire and you're underwater, and that's water's going to come back soon.
I don't intend to keep it around, but I did want to see if it would work. And can I like? I have a bond with this creature, right? It's a part of me, but does it feel different because it's being? Its life is now running through this stone.
You still feel the Fey energies flowing forth from it. It definitely has not altered, but you do feel a little bit of the healing energies and life fire from it.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely a new mixture and brand of magic that will definitely take time and tempering to get used to.
Okay, very cool. So my little tiny firebird would fly up to my arm, and it would land in my hand, and I would run my other hand down its back feathers, and then kind of like pop my hand up, and it explodes into a shower of sparks.
Alright.
I'll burn a wild shape.
But all of you see this as the green runestone responds well to Aiden's use, though still dormant, can be channeled and used.
Interesting.
Everybody has a gem besides Thalos?
So far, yes, Talos.
I don't need to keep this gem if Thalos would like it.
Oh, after you. You guys kill me, you two.
I think it's in the right hands. I think it is in the right hands.
Many thanks.
I'm gonna start calling him Dalos the Gemless.
Dalos the Gemless. Let's
go. The whole song.
Gia doesn't even get counted. It's really funny. She's just sitting there while we're all talking about this.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
So, let me get XP for you all real quick.
What does the candle do?
It lights things.
It's
You don't say.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
Glad we got that out of the way.
Wow.
Alright, so, let me quickly pull that up. The Candle of Evocation. Which I will just post that in here because somebody might enjoy using that. Actually, here, I'll make it a little easier and slap it down into here while I quickly pull up the XP.
Oh god, what's the alignment of the Candle of Invocation?
For that one, it is actually easy to tell. This Candle of Evocation, it shows that the shrine was good and pure at one point before the demon had corrupted the statue. It is a good aligned candle.
Is it a weapon?
I
You
posted
can
it.
cast Gate with it.
Yeah.
So it gives light, and you can cast a light spell, and it's also just like a good candle.
Right.
But also, you can literally open a portal with it.
Right.
And once you open the portal, the candle is destroyed. But it's basically a get out of jail free card.
What's the rod of alertness?
It pokes you in the
Coffee?
ass every time you go to sleep.
That'd be hilarious. What?
John Wisdom Perception checks rolls for initiative.
That's kind of cool.
And while holding the rod, you can use an action to cast Detect Evil and Good, Detect Magic, Detect Poison, Disease, or See Invisibility.
You can also use an action to give yourself and a friend +1 bonus AC.
Yeah.
Always end at the perfect time.
Anybody taking any of that?
I would take the
Yes.
candle. If nobody else is interested.
I would like the black opal and the star sapphire, please.
I think the Green Ranger has to take the candle. It's the thing.
Fair. Get it.
Y'all cool with
Only
that?
Ranger fans understood that. Sure, take the black opal. Do what you want.
1000 GP.
I will.
Add a
You're the one who slayed the big black demon.
That
Are we splitting the gold? Is that going into the stash?
I did. Can we
I
just
put it
put
in the
the
stash. I put it in the stash and I took off the black opal and the raw candle of invocation.
I think she already took the black opal, didn't she?
I'm saying I put it on. I took it off of the thing, but the rest is still in the treasure hoard.
Okay.
And
New XP.
Rubies and star sapphires.
Well, we'll leave it on the sheet and just exchange it for money when we get to a bank.
Sounds good to me.
To Buck.
Hey, we're almost halfway there.
Halfway there.
wow.
We're literally living on a prayer.
Prayer of healing.
Oh yeah, wait. I take turns running through the fucking healing spirit until I get back up to full heal.
Alright. Nice little jaunt through the
Wait,
healing.
how did my health go all the way back up?
I really kind of feel like we need to
The
take a
healing
long
spirit
rest.
was following you.
I could
agree.
get down on a long rest and then recast water breathing when we wake up.
Sweet.
All right.
I will create a bonfire just to make myself feel better for right now until the water comes back in a couple minutes.
Alright. The underwater bonfire.
So we're at full speed, full strength, full everything.
Starting next game, yeah.
Just about starting. Obviously, you can take a long rest if you like, as there is the only remaining question of the necromancer. If you want to go fuck with that boy, or just go home and peace out with what you have.
We gotta
the necromancer. I gotta kill something.
We gotta hunt down that kid and find his family crypt and take the green gems weapon.
And I'm going to bed.
Night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, and thank you for joining us.
Hi, kiddo. Good game.
Bye. Good night.
I should probably also go.
Hey.
Is not early anymore. Night, y'all. Thank you so much for running. This was amazing as usual.
I look forward to our next game.
Put up some dates in the chat.
Night. Hey.